enthusiasm's there. Can the Kiwis pull off another upset as they did last week? And what about Australia? Can they have a comeback? Because if they lose tonight, it'll be the first Australian side to do so since 1978. Peter Sterling, what's your thoughts?
Evening, Ken. Well, a lot of life was breathed into this tri-series with the upset win by the Kiwis last week. In fact, everything has turned around. We've now got the Kiwis cock-a-hoop, very confident that they can make it 2 in a row against the Australians, and all of a sudden the pressure is back on the Kangaroos. Darren Lockyer has pointed out if they took 2 losses into the English leg of this tour, they would be in a big hole, and he's right.
Well, let's take a look at the nightmare from last week, and it was a nightmare for Australia because we were such hot favourites for this. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
A superb start, obviously, 18-0 after as many minutes, and Clinton Torpey featured very strongly, got a hat-trick, not playing tonight, so that's a little bit of a loss for them. But just some good movement on the fringes of the ruck. We see Frank Pritchard getting away with this pass to put Clinton Torpey away. A lot of work for the centre to do here from 20 metres out, but the desire was there throughout the entire 17, and they got away to the kind of start that we have seen them come away with before. Trent Waterhouse, unfortunately, placed in a position where he's not that used to, out into the centres with the injury to Tamana Tahu. New Zealand were good enough to take advantage of that, and it took this individual effort here from Brent Tate running 90 metres to get Australia back into the contest. He was probably the player that there was a bit of conjecture about whether he deserved his spot in the opening 17, but his effort last week was fantastic. This got the Australians on the board, this got them going. In fact, it was 18-all at half time, and it was New Zealand who, unlike in the past, were able to finish stronger through that third try to Clinton Torpey to wrap it up by 10 points.
Were New Zealand that good or Australia that bad, or a bit of both?
A lot of both. I spoke to Wayne Bennett after the game, and he was particularly disappointed with the ball control, the amount of errors, and that's the first thing that they will address tonight. But he also pointed out the influence of a Stacey Jones. They haven't had Stacey in the number 7 role for quite a while. A lot of guidance from him, got them home in a tight match. So he recognised that they're up against some very stiff competition, some very talented competition, but they did certainly contribute to their downfall.
Let's take a look at the New Zealand team, and of course they've had a few changes, and we didn't expect so many changes to a winning side.
Well, both Torpey and Hahaya out through injuries. At fullback, Brent Webb, he was outstanding, plays as a second 5'8" for them and does it very well. And the players on the flanks playing their second test match tonight, Jake Webster and Manu Vatuvai. Now in the centres, Paul Fatawira will partner Shontaine Harpy. Plays for Bradford in the English Super League, a very talented player, very athletic. He's a player to be watched tonight. At 5'8", realistically should not be on the field tonight. Had to be outed for the tackle last week on Trent Waterhouse. Somehow survived in front of the judiciary. He'll play in the number 6 jersey, and the little master, number 7, Stacey Jones, will be at the base of the scrum. At the back of the scrum tonight, again, a lot of skill and aggression in Louis Anderson at lock forward. David Kidwell and David Solomona brought into the run-on side this week in the second row. And last Saturday night, I thought the front rowers were superb. Paul Rauhihi, Ruben Wiki tonight as the captain will play his 46th test match. That equals Gary Freeman for the most amount of caps for the New Zealand side. And Modu Tony, very much an everywhere man, has played inside backs, played at fullback. Tonight he comes in for Hahaya in the hooking role. Now they're interchanged. Look at the size of this. David Fayumu and Roy Asatasi, a superb season this year for the Bulldogs. Iafita Paliasina and Tony Pulatua. He is a shock. Missed most of the season for Penrith this year, has not played for many, many months. His first game back is a test match, but he's a quality player. Their coach, Brian McLennan, who did a wonderful job his first time in charge of the reins last weekend.
Well, Peter, 3 changes to the Australian side, 2 off the bench, and of course in the centres with Matt Cooper coming in with that injury to Tamana Tahu. Yeah,
Tamana Tahu unfortunately out with a torn hamstring, and Wayne Bennett would have been tempted to make a number of changes, but he has stuck solid with the side that he know will be better this week. At fullback, Anthony Minicello, on the wings, Matt King. Now Brent Tate is pushed out onto the flank to accommodate Matt Cooper, who comes into the centres. And speaking of Cooper, he'll be alongside his St George Illawarra teammate Mark Gasnier in the centres. A lot of ownership tonight in the result in the halves. Darren Lockyer will captain the side at 5'8", Andrew Johns at half. The first time together as a halves combination last week. They'll be better for the run tonight. And the back row, Ben Kennedy is at lock forward. Luke O'Donnell, I thought, was very good on test debut last weekend. Craig Fitzgibbon, who'll expect to kick better tonight. That was a weakness for them, surprisingly so, the green and goals. And in the front row, Petro Sivanasiva, Danny Badiris and Steve Price. And their bench tonight, a couple of changes. Trent Barrett, interesting to see how Wayne Bennett will use him. Jason Riles, I thought, provided some variety for them off the bench last week. Mark O'Mealy into the 17. Trent Waterhouse in 17. Hopefully will play more of a back rower's role tonight, and they are coached by Wayne Bennett.
And how about this? The field is exactly the same size it should be. It was a rattling the cage, stirring the Aussies through the week.
Well, Wayne Bennett, he's had the set square out. Everything's okay. No excuses there. Look, it's been a great lead up to both of these test matches. The first one, there was talk of biff and barge, very physical game. We saw that, but nothing untoward. And, a little bit of ducks and drakes leading into this one. But, all the pressure is on Australia tonight, and New Zealand, as we've seen in the press through the week, they're confident. They think they can get the job done.
Well, let's join Andrew Voss with Ben Ikin and Phil Gould at Ericsson Stadium.
Thank you, Ken, and hello everyone from a cold and wet Ericsson Stadium on this Friday night. A holiday weekend here in New Zealand, but still plenty have come out to see Game 2 of the Tri-Nation Series. Australia returned to Auckland. They were held to a 16-all draw their last visit to this city last year. They played at North Harbour Stadium. The opening game of last year's series. Steve Price knows this ground well. Brent Tate, one of the best performers for the Kangaroos last Saturday night. They're looking to turn around that 10-point defeat before both these teams head off to Great Britain for the remaining matches in this series. This is Game 2 of 7. Pictures tonight coming courtesy of Sky Sports here in New Zealand, and the last moments for the Kiwis in the room. The boys have run you through the changes from last week. A couple forced by injury, no Torpy, no Hoahaya. Mark O'Mealy's back in the fold for tonight's test. Matt King, his second one. Plenty of passionate Kiwi supporters here tonight. A sprinkling of Australian, a sprinkling of green and gold around the ground. They've been pretty much confined to being under umbrellas, being raincoats. As Ruben Wiki leads the Kiwis out. They enter the playing arena from the eastern side of the ground. His 46th test tonight. Ruben Wiki equals the record of Gary Freeman in New Zealand Test Rugby League. Tremendous reception for the home team. The last time New Zealand beat Australia in consecutive games in a season was way back in 1953. They grabbed their own slice of history last week in Sydney, winning there for the first time since '59. Teams will line up centre ground. And the anthems tonight, the Australian anthem to be sung by Kendall Baker, the New Zealand anthem by Ray Bishop. And then we will be underway. Here at Ericsson Stadium, Test football on Channel 9. You're going to see the entire Tri-Nation Series. After tonight, Australia to play Great Britain in 2 weeks' time in Wigan. And a good chance the conditions will be similar to this. Let's go down to Kendall Baker.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia
Rather angelic, the rendition of the Australian national anthem. Kendall Baker has done well, though, in the wind and the rain here at Ericsson Stadium.
Manaki mine, God of nations at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple song, from the shafts of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Well, if they needed any stirring up, that has done it to the home fans here. And this will add to it even more. The performance of the haka, to be led by the captain, Ruben Wiki. And they will face off against the Kangaroos right on halfway. Oh boy, we're in for some sort of night. The English translation of the haka and all of that. There are the statements, one upward step, another upward step. It's rather pertinent on the back of their win last week. It will be a giant step if they make it back-to-back victories. Their coach quoted this week, Brian McLennan, as saying it would be great to whack the world champs back-to-back. Kiwi chant up here at Ericsson Stadium.
Okay, let's go.
You're watching the action on Channel 9 while Tony gets us underway. In the Australians' first use of the ball, it's the Warriors, Steve Price, who collects one around the chops for his trouble from Louis Anderson. A Warriors teammate, first tackle of the night, Pedro Simonasiva. With the ball, 10 metres out and push back. Impressive first couple of tackles from the home team. And again, the defence is up quickly. Anderson is there. So too Shontaine Harpy, who's back in the fold tonight. It was on Fitzgibbon. And now with O'Donnell, his first touch in his second test. 3 and 4 defenders again for New Zealand. Leading the charge that time, Solomona in the starting side tonight. Gasnier gets his first touch. And that is tackle 5, 35 metres out from the Australian line. Lockyer, the first kick of the night. And down the centre. Webb didn't get to it on the full. He's with it now 10 metres out from his own line. Good chase from the Australians. Outstanding first up chase from Cooper. Kennedy by his side. And the Kiwis have their first possession of the night as Webster is right in the tackle on his own 20. New Zealand now with Fataula taking the crossfield there by Simonasiva. Referee in charge again tonight is the Englishman Steve Ganson. And early on the crowd not all that impressed with his 10 metres. Kiwis work forward. Rauhihi now, the cowboy in the front row from New Zealand, takes on Fitzgibbon. Takes on O'Donnell. And was held on the 40-metre line. Last tackle, a kick from inside the 40 from Brent Webb. He was under a little bit of pressure. Neat bounce there for Minicello with the ball. And rushes back to be taken there by Kidwell. He'll play it on 32 metres out from the Kangaroos line. This is Tate. Scored one of the best solo tries you'll see in a test match ever. last week, last Saturday night at Telstra, and started an incredible comeback. Here's Sivanasiva. Met low in the tackle of Wiki, finished off by Solomona. Badiris gets them going to the left. Kennedy with the ball. Met ball and all, front on by Anderson. Now just a metre inside the New Zealand half. Slippery conditions here. Breeze has died down. Still a bit of rain about. As the Australians go to the right, an outstanding tackle on Gasnier that time. It was good stuff there by Vanavai, the teenager. And the kick on the last. This time across to the wing of Webster in only his second test. And Kennedy the first man up there for the Australians to make the tackle. So a tight opening. Both teams, the handling has been good so far. Vanavai. He was on the push back and was able to pass. Away they go with Harpy. Tackled 15 metres inside the New Zealand half. Modutoni, Solomona. In those three players, you've got three players who are normally in the English Super League. They're back now in Test football. Jontain Harpy has had 3 years over in England now, after beginning his career at this ground with the Warriors. And on the bench tonight, Tony Pulatua is back, closest to Cameron. Penalty to New Zealand, first of the night. Right on halfway.
Oh, great opening to the game, Vossi. There's nowhere to hide out here tonight. The conditions are wet and slippery. You've just got to tuck it under your arm, run hard and straight and take your lumps and bumps. Tremendous opening from both sides. The Kiwis with the first penalty take the first advantage.
They scored the first 3 tries last week, not just the first. Tony, and away for the captain, Ricky. Tackled on 1, 21 metres out from the Kangaroos line. It was Fitzgibbon there, first up. Rauhihi doesn't get the ball. Jones does and feeds along for Anderson. He looked like he was held. He was able to pass off the deck back to Stacey Jones. 20 metres out from the Australian line. But early pressure here on the Kangaroos. London in the dummy half. And they come to the right side. Anderson's been heavily involved so far. And falling into the tackle there was Kidwell. Made it easy for Andrew Johns. This is Fatawira drifting back infield. He's 10 out from the line. Badiris there with Sivanasiva. So chance here for the Kiwis with Jones. Holds it up for Webb. Webb got away from one. That was Gasnier. They're able to come again. That's the last tackle. New Zealand in possession. Modutoni was a slow play the ball. Jones with it. Gets it to the in goal. Here come the chasers. Tate got his hand to it. It'll be a line drop out here for Australia. Repeat set for New Zealand.
And plenty of feeling in this one too. A little bit of pushing and shoving in the in goal there. Good kick here from Stacey Jones. The short kick on the last tackle will be a big play tonight in these conditions. Brent Tate just got a hand to that ball.
He's brought balance and structure back to this New Zealand side of Stacey Jones. It's great to see him back in the number 7. He's really adding an element of control to the Kiwis' performance last week, and hopefully he'll do it again tonight.
Johns it was with a line drop out. Back comes Rauhihi. Running headlong there into Kennedy. Into Stephen Price. 29 metres out from the Kangaroos line with Louis Anderson. Anderson now almost back to the 20. No player busier so far in the game than the lock forward for New Zealand. Here's Jones. That time Wiki was a decoy. They come out wide. Solomona, a player capable of offloading. 3 there in the tackle. Lockie was third man in to wrap up the ball with Gasnier and also O'Donnell. Jones, 12 metres out. Across, Vangana decides to run. And it's held in the tackle of Fitzgibbon. And a good effort from Kennedy. 9 metres out from the line. Modutoni. This time Webb turns it back inside. The defence. Only just able to hang on the tackle on Kidwell. And now they've come up with an error, New Zealand, have they?
You're playing the ball's too slow, Dave.
Referee Ganson.
Too slow and messy.
Well, he's rolling a turnover here. It was the last play. Very messy play. The ball. He was the dummy half. Didn't have a chance to pass. Died with the ball. The Australians have diffused it. And already tonight you can see the Australians getting off their line much quicker in defence. Good speed of line.
Now Matt Cooper's come into dummy half. Just a short burst for him. 15 metres out from the Australian line. Badiris. And up they come with Price. So a total of 7 Warriors in tonight's match. 6 for the New Zealand team. And the lone warrior in the Australian side is Price. Kangaroos 32 metres out from their line. Kennedy at dummy half. Andrew Johns short pass that time for Sivanasiva, but not really at full throttle into the tackle of Modutoni and Anderson and Rauhihi. They all peel off. Away for Johns. His kick from just outside the 40. Not his biggest. It bounces up there for Webb, who links up with Webster. And Webster cops tackle number 1, 25 metres out from the New Zealand line. And the Aussie bench tonight. Riles is there. Barrett back in Test football alongside Waterhouse and O'Mealy. Our pictures coming courtesy of Sky Sports here in New Zealand, and our thanks to them. As Anderson with the ball, taken across field in that tackle of Fitzgibbon. Topped the tackle count in the first test last week. First game of 7 in this Tri-Nation series. Jones' kick is from inside the 40. Now he's got the angle on it, but not the depth. Finds the sideline 28 metres out from the green and gold line.
That's good tactics. Good tactics. In this weather, you just don't want to keep hitting it up, waiting for an error. The defence is solid. There's heavy physical contact out there, and Jones took the option of kicking earlier in the tackle count. Didn't pick up the 40-20, but every metre you can gain from the kick and chase tonight will be valuable. I like the start by the Australians. A couple of their kick and chases have been good too.
The Aussies look to be slowing the match down here a bit. Kiwis found touch. Aussies walk to the scrum as we see the feet go in.
And Johns tries a little short side play. Cooper's with it, and Cooper upended in the tackle. Kidwell got nice and physical. 31 metres out from the Australian line. Sivanasiva with that charge. And loses his legs right at the finish. Anderson took them and is able to play it 40 metres out from the line. Now back for Fitzgibbon. Met front on there by Tony. And then plenty more black and white jumpers come in. Just inside the Australian half. No scorers yet. Tri-Nations Rugby League on Channel 9. Deep kick from Johns. It's going to pull up perfectly. Webb back in goal. Hoping that it goes touch in goal. He's taken it over the line. He has taken it over the line. Line drop out. It's the right call from the touch judge. Touch judge Clark from last week. You were wrapping him deluxe, Gus. He's done it again.
And Andrew Johns replies with a kick early in the tackle count. This goes back into the end goal. Beautifully weighted. Webb looks at it. Well, yeah, he had to get a touch at it, no doubt about that. Tate forced the issue. This is a line dropout. Advantage Australia.
I'll be interested to know what the ruling is there, because he was actually pushed into the ball. He didn't really play it, did he? So,
but once you're shielding it, you're deemed to have played at it.
Well, hello. The video referee has said 20-metre restart.
Concentrate, mate.
They're all set to go. They're all set for the dance. And the music stopped. You make the decision at home. Tate makes the push. And touch in goal. Now, poor old Touchy on the eastern side. He's shaking his head. Rauhihi's with the ball here for the Kiwis.
So we.
35 metres out from their own line. Modu Tony. This time with Solomona. Solomona makes good ground. Makes 10. Caught the swinging arm over the top from Price. Medeiros has to come in to finish off with O'Donnell. They've got some big boys on the bench to come on when the likes of Solomona get a little tired. Paliacina there. Pulatua's on the bench tonight for New Zealand. It's power-packed through their 17. Wiki up with Kidwell. Kidwell front on defence, that time O'Donnell. And Price finishes off 40 metres out from the Australian line. Fifth tackle is the call from referee Ganson. Slow to his feet to play it was Kidwell. Back for Jones, he goes high, he was under pressure from Kennedy. This one's going to come down, making a run at the ball. Well, Webb was knocked out of the play. The Kiwis fullback, play on for Wiki, away for Webster. He utilises the chip. Minicello's back there for the ball. And the Kangaroos in possession, but under enormous pressure right on their own goal line. Exciting passage of play. And now we've got Vangana and Johns ready to go. Kidwell comes to the scene of the crime. More a push than a punch. It's still enough to bring tempers to the surface.
Yes, I think we're all fair dinkum tonight. It's on the line. There's been a big build-up to this game in the media, probably unlike the first test. But the win by the Kiwis has drawn a line in the sand. And the referee will have to take charge of things early here.
Isn't it great to see, but we've got an Australian side coming into this match under pressure. We've got a Kiwi side that was red hot last week. They're looking to go back to back. The passion's there, the enthusiasm's there. The Australians are looking to gain control early, as are the Kiwis. I think this is going to be one hell of a game of rugby league here tonight.
38-28 it was last week. Here's the play again, the tackle on Minicello. That was all fine. And then the little confrontation between Wangenaar and Johns. And Webster actually started it. And plenty of boos from the fans as they saw it come up on the big screen. So the Australians in possession, 21 metres out from their own line. This is Price. One straight at Anderson there, and they've picked him up. Solomona's got him. So too is Wiki. Good pass for Fitzgibbon. And Fitzgibbon's able to advance the ball 15 metres.
Well, lucky you loaded that. He was on his way back to North Harbour there, Steve Price. They picked him up and just carried him all the way back.
He's Ben Kennedy. He spins away from one. Real force in the defence from both teams early. Medeiros on that short side, and the marker's got out very quickly to make the tackle. Shontaine Harpy on O'Donnell. This is Gaznia. He's dummy half running. Can really leave its mark on tonight's match. Last tackle here. Australia in an attacking zone to kick. Andrew Johns goes high. Probably not quite where he wanted it to land, but Australia have come down with the ball. Cooper's pass over the top. Minicello round the back. Picked up there. Lockyer's gone over. The Kangaroos have come up with a try. They don't go to the video referee. 4 points to Australia against the Kiwis.
Good fortune to Australia here, but I've got to say this ball has gone a mile forward. I cannot believe they have not picked up the last passes going forward. The Australians are running into a stiff breeze here. A strong southerly. It's caught by Cooper. Hail Mary over the top. Picked up by Minicello. Well, that ball just goes a mile forward. Goes a good yard forward. Well picked up by Lockyer in the greasy conditions. They have the advantage of the breeze, the Kiwis. Good catch by Cooper. One-arm pass around the top, Speculator. Minicello just throws it anywhere. Well picked up by Lockyer. He scores. I think the Australians are a little fortunate there.
This try here, I think, may hurt the Kiwis psychologically. They've had the better run of it, if you ask me. It's a lucky try to the Australians. Put them 4 points in front with a kick to go, but that can hurt you an early try against the run of play.
Craig Fitzgibbon, just 1 from 4 last week. His first one from the sideline, 23 metres out for a 6-0 lead for the Kangaroos. Fitzgibbon's kick on its way, but not successful. Test Rugby League on Channel 9 will break at 4 points to 0 Australia over New Zealand.
Here at Holden, we're proud of
What we're achieving.
So proud, in fact. We thought it was time to share something
Very special with you.
for the first time ever.
all Australians
can enjoy the financial benefit.
Of Holden employee pricing.
Available to everyone.
No matter who you are. Commodore, Astra, Vectra,
Marina.
Rodeo. Statesman.
You pay what we pay.
But only for a limited time.
It just goes to prove.
Holden means a great deal to Australia.
Inside every woman, there is power and passion. So turn it on with new Venus Vibrance and experience soothing vibrations. It's a sensationally smooth shave. It gently exfoliates and sweeps away dull, dry skin, revealing the power of more radiant skin, making every woman feel alive and vibrant. New Venus Vibrance. Reveal the goddess in you.
With work choices, wages and specified existing award conditions like penalty rates and long service leave will be protected by law. To find out the facts, call the Work Choices hotline for the Work Choices booklet.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
It's all cool this weekend at Domain Katara. Hurry in for a home air conditioning expo and season launch. Get great savings, special offers and talk to the air conditioning experts. All the top brands: Panasonic, Mitsubishi, LG, Kelvinator, Samsung and Airwell. Buy on no deposit with no repayments, interest free.
Elders has served Australians since 1839. Today, with Elders Rural Bank, invest in ERB online and earn 5.65% per annum at call with no account keeping fees or minimum deposit. Now, here's the important bit. Earn 5.65% per annum and every cent deposited is reinvested back into Australia. Go to erbonline.com.au and reinvest in Australia. Elders Rural Bank, 100% Australian.
Time for a dental checkup? Join any combined NIB hospital and extras package now and we'll waive the 2-month waiting period on general dental, chiro, physio and more. Hurry, offer ends October 31. Call 13 14 63.
New furniture, fresh value at Frisco's hot prices. Spencer 3 and 2 seater sofa pair incredible at just $1,099. Bondi Lowline Entertainment Unit solid timber now $495. Heaps more hot savings in Frisco's all new catalogue out now. Hillsborough Road, Warners Bay.
Introducing the new fresh toasted chicken parmigiana sandwich from Subway restaurants. Tender chicken, zesty marinara sauce, melted cheese on toasted freshly baked bread. The new fresh toasted chicken parmigiana sandwich. Molto delicioso. Subway. Eat fresh.
Who'll be our next millionaire? Find out Monday. 8:30 Saturday, The Fellowship of the Ring. Then next Saturday, the premiere movie event, The Two Towers. The Lord of the Rings on NBN. On Channel 9 on this Friday night, it is Test Rugby League. It is game 2 of the Tri-Nations, and Australia lead by 4 points to 0. And from the restart of play, Minicello thought it was going over the dead ball line. He said leave it. They all said leave it. We've got a line dropout.
Yeah, I spoke about the strong breeze here. A good, long, deep kick-off. And for a moment, Anthony Minicello said, well, the breeze will do its work. This will go out over the dead ball line. He left it, and it comes down inches within the field of play. Line dropout back to the Kiwis. Here they come.
Steve Price did it like Minicello's decision. You saw the look on his face from the replay, and now Kidwell back with it for New Zealand. 25 metres out. Australia up by 4 points to 0. Rahihi with it. Carries inside the 20. Fitzgibbon was first there. He's lost the ball. It's back for Vangana. No call of held. Vangana puts the head down. And has taken in the tackle of Price. Only 6 metres out. Little mousetrap play. And Fatawira. He jumps out of acting half. Now for Jones. Fronts it over the top. Jake Webster's over. Tainted left his wing. And Webster made the most of the smallest opportunity to get the maximum result. And just like that, it's 4-all here at Ericsson Stadium.
A little bit of second phase play here, open an opportunity for Nigel Vangana to push play close to the Australian line, and the try really comes out of nothing, just out of the vision of the great little halfback Stacey Jones. There's the unload to Vangana. Now he will just make an incision close into the Australian line. Bit of a mousetrap play from the dummy half. Fatawira goes across field, and Stacey Jones just wends his way back, and a basketball style pass finds Brent Tate out of possession, and Webster scores in the corner. Tremendous play by the little halfback.
Well, I've heard it called reggae football. The Kiwis are very good at it. They toss the ball out the back, they drift across field, looking for the gap that's going to open, and the little master, number 7, Stacey Jones. We said before he can exhibit control and add structure to this Kiwi lineup. Well, he just showed he's got a bit of brilliance in his game also.
What do you call it? Reggae football?
Reggae footy, Gus. Reggae footy.
I am getting old, Freddie. I've never heard of reggae football. How old am I getting, Bossy?
You're getting very old, Gus.
They're starting to call football after music.
I saw your passport. I saw a 50 in there somewhere.
It was taken at a tough time in my life, don't worry.
Stacey Jones to convert, or looking to convert, Jake Webster's first try in Test football. Here goes Jones. He is the national hero, but unsuccessful as Fitzgibbon was with his first kick. So 4-all here on Channel 9, second match in the Gillette Tri-Nation Series. Lockyer the first try, Webster the swift reply.
They got their game faces on tonight, Australia. There's no doubt about it. Last week was a little bit of a look of a bewilderment, and the players themselves have said they were a bit rusty. A few of them had plenty of time off. A lot of these players didn't take part in the finals, but they've got their game faces on tonight, and in these conditions, you need them. This is just going to be hard work for both teams.
Andrew Johns with his kick-off into the breeze. It's going to come down short of the goal line. Rahihi's got his hand up to run. Back he comes. And he put a spin on when he got to Sivanasiva. Still able to offload, albeit a little riskily. And Anderson with the ball held by Sivanasiva. 20 metres out from the New Zealand goal line. 4-all score line. Ruben Wiki has started the game well. The front row confrontation, one of the highlights thus far.
This referee's got Australia back 14 metres on that play. He is a long way back. Look at this again. That 10 metres is a good 12 or 14 metres.
42 metres out from the Kiwis line. Rahihi takes his second run in this set. Put to ground there by Badiris and also Price. 49 metres out from the Kangaroos line. Modu Tony for Jones. He steadies and then kicks. Back to the side of the ground of Matt King. Getting back there is Minicello. Late call for King to take it. King's with it. Surrounded by Kiwi jumpers. They pick him up. They drive in. Long drop out New Zealand. They came from everywhere. The call for the cavalry. And they get there quick.
Well, they might be able to do the fancy stuff, but they're also prepared to put in the hard work. If you want to create opportunities for yourself, you've got to get the little things right. Kick chase is one of those. They were down there like a brick wall. Great tackle, forcing King back into the end goal, presenting themselves with another attacking opportunity.
What sort of footy you call that, Ben? Reggae football with the ball, what's that?
That's the drums, that's the beat.
That's a bit of heavy metal grunt, I think, there from New Zealand. Their defence, they've come up with the ball from the line dropout. They're 22 metres out from the line. Kidwell hit there by Kennedy. The Australian defence still very, very good at the moment. Fadawira, Jones, Rahihi running there at Badiris. He was almost airborne when he got hold of the Kiwi front rower there. Stacey Jones, 10 metres out, tries to weave back in field for Vangana. It's a combination you wish you could see more of in Test Rugby League. Jones and Vangana. This, though, we're told is going to be the last night. Webb away for Solomona, flicks it up, Vandervoy puts it down. And Australia come up with the ball 8 metres out from their own line. Untidy play the ball there by Gaznia. And the Australians out of trouble for the moment. King thrown to ground in the tackle of Harpy. And now Gaznia, that trademark dummy half run. His ankles were taken that time by Harpy. And with it is Sivanasiva. He's on the 30-metre line, but he was running across field. O'Neilly's ready to come into the action.
Yeah, you've got to run straight in these conditions. You run across field, they'll belt you.
Pass to O'Donnell. Everyone bar the referee and 2 touch judges thought it was forward, I think. Here at Ericsson Stadium, Steve Price almost back to halfway now. On tackle number 5, O'Neilly's on. Sivanasiva's the player to the bench. Andrew Johns kicking from halfway. Webb is across there. Vandervoy. This time got a hold of the ball. Made one fatal error last week that led to a Matt King try after half-time. He retains his spot this week, despite the fact that players like Leslie Vanacola are now available. Ball has come loose in the tackle. And penalty for stripping the ball.
Don't get up for peeling. Leave it to me.
It's a big advantage to have big wingers in conditions like this. They're going to have to come in and help the forwards. Vandervoy and Webster for New Zealand. Tate and King for Australia will be called upon to do plenty of work coming off their own line.
Modutoni with a free kick 40 metres out from their own line. And they were ready to come up quickly. Badiris cut off the play on the outside. Jones met there by Fitzgibbon. For the Kiwis, they continue. They are ready to rumble. Azatazi now out there. Getting ready to come on is Jason Riles. The depth of the props on the bench is really highlighted here tonight. High quality stuff. Louis Anderson tackled. 39 metres out from the line. Friday night on Channel 9, we're coming to you from Ericsson Stadium. Second game of the Tri-Nation Series. New Zealand winners by 10 last Saturday night. And 4-all scoreline here through the first quarter. Loose pass there. Jones gets to it, but it travelled forward. It was from Azatazi. We will break on Channel 9 on this Friday night. Test Rugby League, it's 4-all.
Get into Kmart for the mega entertainment sale. Get this Sanyo Plasma TV for only $2,499 and this Magnavox DVD player for only $59 and more. The mega entertainment sale at Kmart.
Oh, yes.
New extra saucy noodles from Fantastic. Too tasty to waste.
With work choices, wages and specified existing award conditions like penalty rates and long service leave will be protected by law. To find out the facts, call the Work Choices hotline for the Work Choices booklet.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
All roads lead to Broadmeadow this weekend for Harvey Norman Homestarter's biggest ever two-day sale. Prices crash to rock bottom Saturday, Sunday only. Get in now for Christmas. Nambucca 2-seater plus 2.5-seater sofa pair. Incredible value, $5.99. Stanley Parsons 7-piece dining, solid timber table, fully upholstered chairs, $7.99. Wow! Manhattan 2-piece sofa suite with chaise, $16.99. Harley 2-seater and 3-seater sofa pair, $18.99. Sensational! Only at Broadmeadow, only this weekend. Harvey Norman Homestarter's biggest ever two-day sale. Beat the rush. It's a beauty.
Okay, I've got that. Watch out for left cars. Anything else? Yeah, can pick up the bread and milk.
Race in for bargains like these Playboy mesh seat covers, only $49, or 5.5 litres of Castrol GTX 3, $21.99.
It was the perfect vacation.
Try something?
Until they came across an ancient treasure. Now, uncover the secret. Unlock the mystery. Into the blue.
When you buy a used car from Brian Hilton Motor Group, you know you're buying quality. With over 200 used cars on our lots and 3 years extended warranty, you are bound to find the car that suits your needs. Why not go into Brian Hilton Motor Group today and find out why, after 30 years, it's still just a better place to buy. Brian Hilton Motor Group, Wyong and North Gosford.
All roads lead to Broadmeadow this weekend for Harvey Norman Homestarter's biggest ever two-day sale. Our rock bottom prices crash even more this Saturday, Sunday only. Factory second HP Pentium 4, 512 meg of RAM, huge 120 gig hard drive, dual layer DVD burner, full manufacturer's warranty, all for only $9.99. $9.99, sensational. Or this compact Athlon 64 PC for only $1,099. That's peanuts for an incredibly fast 64-bit processor. Amazing. Hurry, stocks are limited. Only at Broadmeadow, only this weekend. Harvey Norman Homestarter's biggest ever two-day sale. Beat the rush. It's a beauty.
Welcome back to Ericsson. On Channel 9, a 4-all scoreline. New Zealand and Australia. The Aussies open the scoring with Darren Lockyer. And the reply came from Jake Webster. Some heavy defence. And then Ruben Wiki just stands over Andrew Johns, who is hurt. And there's not too many friends of the Kangaroos here tonight. The cheers that go up from the Kiwi crowd as Johns limps out of the action. Here is O'Mealy with his first touch. 5 short of the line. Made his debut on last year's Tri-Nation Series. Now Kennedy stepping into the defender there. As Atazi kept alive. Nice play. Australia promoting something on the left-hand side. Scooped up there by Badiris. And finished off by Vanganaar and Wiki. On halfway. Johns easing himself back in now. And the kick from Lockyer came off the back. It may have been off the back of Anderson. Australia get another kick in through Andrew Johns. Vatavai's back for it. Vatavai 12 metres out from his own line. This is the player, christened the Beast, by the former Warriors coach, Tony Kemp.
This wind has got stronger, Vossi. Australia's kicking game is really under pressure here. They've just got to hang in there. They'll have this breeze at their back in the second half.
15 metres short of halfway. Solomona still out there. Ruben Wiki now going to the bench for New Zealand. Fida Paliasina comes on debut. He's a crowd favourite here. He's playing his last game at Ericsson tonight. Having left the Warriors. Stand by to see the number 16 in the action. Here he is, Fida Paliasina. Almost bowled straight over the top of Danny Badiris. Stacey Jones kicking from 32 metres out. This time King's made a call for it. King has lost the ball. It's dived on there by Minicello. 12 metres out from the line. New Zealand have come up with it. New Zealand have got the ball 10 metres out. Paliasina. He makes the charge at the line with a little bit of help from Vanganaar. Craig Bellamy still in goal behind the Australian defence. That's an illegal play. Back it comes for Jones. Ball has been knocked down. Back for it goes Webb. And cleaned up there by Kennedy. 20 metres out from the Australian line at 4-all. To the right-hand side they go. The Bulldog, Roy Azatazi, in possession. Coming up against his teammate Mark O'Mealy tonight. Dummy half is Fatawira. Stacey Jones. Flat pass there for Anderson. He was almost through the hole, but what a tackle from O'Donnell.
Outstanding tackle by O'Donnell.
Cruncherama, that one from Luke O'Donnell. Here's Stacey Jones, a ricochet off the legs. Kick back there by Price. That was nifty work back for Lockyer.
I'll tell you what, that's a handy little play by Stephen Price. 2 metres out from his goal line, kicking a ball back to a fellow player, getting him out of trouble. The Aussies are going to have to fight hard to get back into the game here.
Fitzgibbon with the ball, he meets the treatment. Palliasina, Tony, another drive, the goalpost gets in the way. They still get him back to the goal line. They're coming up with the high fives. It's going to be a line dropout. This is incredible defence.
Oh, they're just zeroing in numbers. In these conditions, as I said before the start of the game, you've got to run hard and straight and get to the ground. Fitzgibbon runs hard and straight, but he stays tall. And the Kiwis just driving back into the end goal. The referee couldn't believe it. He took 2 looks. They said, sir, we've driven him right back in there. It's our ball.
Solomon out of the bench for New Zealand. Line drop out into this breeze, only 35 metres. Kidwell with it. And Kidwell well tackled by Kennedy. His defence tonight has been outstanding for the Kangaroos. But they are really under the pump here, feeling the squeeze. 25 metres out from the line. Ball went around the back of Pulatua. That took the edge off it. Shantaine Harpy with the ball. 31 metres out from the Kangaroos line. I reckon the coach Wayne Bennett would be delirious with the Australian defence right at the moment. It's an outstanding effort defending their own goal line against some very big boys out there in this New Zealand forward pack. Modu Tony, dummy half, 15 metres out. Palliasina with another run. He's fired up. And Badera's just put his body on the line and made the tackle with O'Mealy and Fitzgibbon. Out for Jones, 10 out. With it is Webb, and Webb throws the pass. Vangana for the corner. Nigel Vangana slides in. This time off to the video referee. But if body language tells you anything, Vangana reckons he's scored for sure and certain.
Well, he's a renowned try scorer. Things have been a little bit dry at the Cronulla Sharks over the last couple of years, but he still knows his way to the try line. He had very little room in which to work. The greasy conditions make it all the more difficult. He's got to fend off defenders coming at him from the inside and get the ball to the ground. Let's have a look at it now over in the corner. Good work by Webb. Hits Vangana, bobbing up on the outside. Well, we're going to have a few looks at this. He's a long way out of the field of play. I can't believe. If he's got down, he's a miracle man. He's a miracle man. He's a miracle man.
He's a miracle man.
He's done that. This is a period as we see him ground the ball here. Yes, I think he's in. He hasn't touched the corner post. The changeover of the big fellas for the Kiwi sides, Rahihi and Wiki, is where they tend to drop out. But the Kiwis seem to have lifted. They've taken their level of enthusiasm, passion, up another gear. They're still keen to score points. They're throwing the ball around. They're in this together. They're here to win it tonight.
This is a miracle play by Vangana. Absolute miracle. Look at the defence. Think about the conditions. Think about the wet, greasy ball. And with one hand on the football, is able to plant it down, and he's firing up his teammates. He said, we'll get a green light.
Oh yeah, they sure do. His 17th test try. Nigel Vangana, who has scored 122 tries in his first grade career, has got the Kiwi second here tonight. And those of you watching back home, as we've been telling you, our pictures coming courtesy of Sky Sports New Zealand, this is the Lions' Den tonight that Australia have walked into.
Is it just me? There seems to be a tad more control to what the Kiwis have got in their attack here tonight. It seems to be more structured. They're getting to a position on the field, having a shot at the Aussies where it seems they're weak.
Well, that comes from confidence, Ben. They went into last week's game as rank outsiders. They went in under strength. They come up with a stunning win. There's no doubt that confidence has filtered onto the training paddock. From the training paddock here to Ericsson Stadium in front of their own fans. Well-constructed try. Good combination between Jones and Webb. And Vangana, it took a try scorer to score that. A lesser man, a lesser player would not have got that ball to the line. Stacey Jones from wide out. The wind howling down the ground.
21 metres out. Second one from the touchline for Stacey Jones. This one wide of the post. We'll break here from Ericsson Stadium on Channel 9. It's 8 points to 4 to the Kiwis.
Ever wondered what lies on the other side? Steven Seagal, Ja Rule, dead tonight on NBN.
3-litre quad-cam V6 engine and constant all-wheel drive. Toyota Kluger. All the power to all the wheels, all the time. Imagine what you could do with that.
With Work Choices, your right to join a union and have the union help you negotiate a workplace agreement will be protected by law. To find out the facts, call 1800 025 239 for the Work Choices booklet.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Decoruch's fantastic range of rugs and flooring just got even better. Interest-free terms. That's no interest ever. Never, ever, ever, never. No interest whatsoever. Only at Decorug this weekend. Stores at Katara, Tuggerah and West Gosford.
It's all cool this weekend at Domain Katara. Hurry in for a home air conditioning expo and season launch. Get great savings, special offers and talk to the air conditioning experts. All the top brands: Panasonic, Mitsubishi, LG, Kelvinator, Samsung and Airwell. Buy on no deposit with no repayments, interest free.
To add some freedom cheer to your home this Christmas, order at Freedom Newcastle now to have some of our great value and best-selling upholstery and dining offers from our stylish range of furniture, all delivered before Santa comes.
Get ready for your Subway Restaurants getaway. Simply peel and reveal the code on specially marked Coca-Cola drinks at your nearest participating Subway restaurant. SMS the code through and you could win a trip for two to Fiji every day for 29 days. Only at Subway. Eat fresh.
Do you want truly fresh herbs and vegetables? Then you'll have to grow them yourself. And to do that properly, you've got to go to Lee Rowan's Garden World. They've got the famous Oasis range, like the Apollo tomatoes, basil, chilli. They'll also give you the best advice on how to grow them, like using this quality pot and peat mix. You see, it's easy to grow fresh herbs and vegetables at your own back door. So get yourself out to Lee Rowan's Garden World today and grab some fresh Oasis seedlings. You'll love the taste.
Get a better deal every day. Macquarie, Honda, Hyundai, Suzuki.
Get a better deal this weekend at Macquarie's first ever Better Deal sale. Get a better deal on Suzuki Swift, Suzuki Vitara, Honda Euro, Hyundai Elantra and every new and used car in the range. For a better choice and big savings, better not miss the Better Deal sale. This weekend only at Macquarie Honda, Hyundai, Suzuki, Pacific Highway, Gateshead.
Macquarie, Honda, Hyundai.
For new or used Hondas, drive into Hunter Honda's Spring Deals. Have it all. Fuel efficiency, sporty handling and comfort. Score incredible deals across the entire range. Pick up a deal that's good for you at Hunter Honda's Spring Deals, High Street, Maitland.
Back with the action here at Ericsson Stadium. On Channel 9, an 8-4 scoreline to New Zealand after Australia came up with the first try this time. The Kiwis from the kickoff off the legs of Kennedy. Cooper's offside. New Zealand go back for the ball. O'Neilly took a lunge at it.
Just have a look there what's happened.
But I'm sure once it came off the legs of Kennedy,
offside.
Matt Cooper.
Offside and grounding.
I would think he was 3 or 4 metres offside.
Now, this is what the referee's looking at. I think there's an infringement earlier on by New Zealand in trying to get the ball back into the field of play. Good blow kick there by Johns. Takes a right-hand turn, a leg break towards the sideline. Well, no, he's throwing that ball backwards. Now comes off Kennedy. Cooper's offside. Now, it's going to be a penalty in New Zealand. They'll dodge a bullet here. Cooper wasn't aware he was offside. He didn't know how the ball got that way. That hasn't gone out. Off Kennedy's legs. Cooper in front of him within 10 metres. Penalty New Zealand. They dodge a bullet.
Well, while we're showing you these replays from Sky Sports here in New Zealand went to take a line dropout before the decision had even been passed on. Kennedy did not run Cooper onside.
No, he didn't. The New Zealanders haven't been watching the big screen. The referee's saying, I think you're going to get a better result here. Just hold on.
Penalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here we go, penalty to the Kiwis.
Yeah, you got to watch the big screen.
Well, we're still waiting for the decision pending.
You don't want to be rushing into them things.
And look, don't panic, Australian fans back there, I can tell you, because this wind is howling down behind the Kiwis. You can only think that Lockyer and Johns will take full advantage of that in the second half. Australia's just got to hang on here. Any points they score in the first 40 minutes is a real bonus.
11 and a half minutes remaining in this first half. 8 points to 4, 2 tries to 1. Hard night for the goal kickers, and all 3 have been from the sideline, the conversion attempts so far tonight. New Zealand 31 metres out from their own line. Monutoni's done well so far tonight. Coming into the side for Lance O'Hire. Tackled there by Badiris. Coming straight out of the English season. And now 45 metres away from the Australian line. Vangana will play it after the tackle of Jason Riles. Tony away. This is Anderson. Ran at Badiris. He was very deep and not square at second marker.
Well, that's 4 tackles in a row Badiris has had to make. Look at him. He can hardly get up on the 5th time.
High ball from Jones. Minicello underneath it. 5 minutes out from the line. He's lost the ball. Picked up there by Gazdia. Gazdia with it. He was offside. Penalty to New Zealand. 5 metres out. 5 metres to the side of the uprights. Lockyer saying there was interference on Minicello. What do you think, Ben?
What to do, what to do. Look, it's either or here, but for Stacey Jones, the decision, take the 2. Is that what they're going to do? Geez, the momentum's going with the Kiwis there. Would have been half inclined to keep it attacking the line.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Ben, on a night like this, I don't think the goal kickers are going to have a lot of success. We've already seen 3 kicks from wide out. I don't think there was interference there. I thought it was just a fair play. Gazdia knew he was offside. But I think if you can get a kick in front of the post at any time, you would take the points. I think conversion kicks are going to be very, very difficult from anywhere wide out tonight. We've seen 3 missed already. Jones is looking up, thinking, gee, 6 points in these conditions at home. Crowd behind us. I can understand the strategy here.
Let the record show, I reckon Vangana was interference. He jumped at nothing. He wasn't going at the ball.
I saw you looking at me.
He came nowhere near it.
I saw you looking at me.
Here's Jones's kick, 15 metres out. And it's a 6-point margin. 10 points to 4 to New Zealand. After Australia led by 4 points to 0. The crowd in here tonight at Ericsson Stadium. They're sitting out in the rain. They're singing in the rain at the moment. Trent Barrett is out there for the first time tonight.
Well, let's try and have a look and see what position he's playing. That's Johns kicking off. Lockyer's still out there, so Barrett's on the field.
Pretty sure he's gone on for Badiris. He'll slot into hooker. And now the ball is with Azatazi and New Zealand 19 metres out from their own line. And the big men will come into play. Kidwell bounced away there from O'Mealy, held in the tackle of O'Donnell. 29 metres away from the Kiwi line. A feet of Paliacina, that's better. Getting up to meet him, Trent Barrett was first in. Just took a rush off the play before Paliacina could really get up the full head of steam. This is Pulatua, seriously injured back in round 5 this year for the Panthers, the torn pectoral muscle, and only made his comeback to football last week in the curtain raiser. 27 weeks off, I think the total was.
Hell of a game to come back in.
42 metres from the line. And with it is Webb off the left foot back to centre field. Not such a bad kick. Across there is Brent Tate. He's with it 10 metres out from his own line. Jones first man up there. And here goes the push again. Led that time by Kidwell and Fatawira. The Australians in possession. Matt Cooper. They're beating those drums at Ericsson Stadium. It normally means that the home team's on top. Matt King's come all the way in from the right wing to take a run. Here he is, big Matt King. Runs into the shoulder there of Paliacina and Anderson.
That's better. Some dummy half running, a little bit of decoy running coming out of trouble. Don't get gang tackled that way. Bad pass.
Ooh, terrible pass and a cross picked up there by Lockyer. And in fact, Steve Ganson, referee, has got the Kiwis offside. Johns wants a quick restart and kicking for line, and he might even find it. It's on the deck. Back goes Vadavai. Oh, Andrew Johns, that is a shocker.
He's going to get a penalty. He's going to get a penalty here for interference by a Kiwi player. Might have been Brent Webb. It was a rush kick from Andrew Johns. Now he's looking to take a quick tap. We'll stay with the action, Bossy.
Wind absolutely howling right now into the faces of the Australian players as Riles takes a hit up. 12 metres out from the line. Big opportunity here for the Kangaroos. Barrett is the dummy half now. Passing across for Lockyer. On it goes for Minicello. Back inside it comes for the captain. The Australian side just 5 metres away from the line. Tate will play it. After the tackle by Kidwell, Fitzgibbon tries to go his own way and is held 3 metres out from the line. Trent Barrett there with it as Johns flicks to a flat-footed Jason Riles and held in the tackle of Anderson and also Palliasina. Still 5 metres out. Goal line defence this time from the Kiwis. Barrett tries to roll his way over and held in the tackle of Azatazi. The Australians right on the line. Back for Andrew Johns. The kick looking for Matt King. Up goes King. Vadavai got a hand on it. O'Donnell's there with the ball. Tackle count restarts. Another 6 tackles for the Australians. 5 out from the line. This is Matt King. And a 10-4 scoreline inside the final 6 minutes of this first half. In their second game of the Tri Nations series from Auckland tonight. Lockyer, 10 metres out, overlap. Minicello, and it comes. Great work. Cooper on debut. Has got a try in the green and gold. Matt Cooper scores the try. And very slick work by the Australians.
Yeah, great passing. Everyone does their job here. Dummy half, bullet-like pass out to Andrew Johns. On to Lockyer. Good use of the decoy play. And Minicello will bring in the outside defence. Here's the error. You'll see Andrew Johns in the back play taken out there by Webster as he tried to come through and get Vadavai. That was the reason for the penalty. And on this play, long pass to Johns, long pass to Lockyer, good use of the decoy play, and Minicello will just suck them in and give Cooper a free run to the line. Good depth, good decoy, good ball movement, good try.
It was a great shift. The Australians have to really have to go back and grow from this, because there's obviously a couple of mistakes there. The penalty on the kick from Johns, and of course Vadavai batting it back forward, giving the Aussies another set of 6. They've got the try almost by default, but they've got it. They're back in the game. They need to use this to their advantage and really start to come home from here.
And it's another sideline conversion coming up. And again it is with Craig Fitzgibbon. As we mentioned earlier, 1 from 4 last week, and Andrew Johns stepped up, kicking 1 from 2.
He'll have to fire this out of a cannon. That breeze is really strong.
So here goes Fitzgibbon. Out of the cannon, out of the cannon. It's on target, but it's going to come up short. And we're left with a 10-8 scoreline. 2 tries all. It was 16 all last time they played in Auckland. That was at North Harbour last year. Last weekend at half-time, it was 18 all. This the penalty again. Interference. Shontaine Harpy there. And the referee, Steve Ganson, not impressing the home fans. So 10 points to 8. Now inside the final 4 of this first half. It's been compelling viewing. A real test match. O'Mealy with the ball, and O'Mealy taken off his feet. And the tackle of Anderson. And he's probably the smallest of the New Zealand forwards, and he's no shrinking violet, but geez, been good Louis Anderson, the lock forward. Played it real tough tonight. Kennedy with the ball for the Australians. And now 39 metres out from their own line. They will have the benefit of the breeze in the second half. Barrett, the hooker tonight, Trent Barrett. Tackled 45 metres from the Kiwis goal line. Australians starting to look good as they did before half-time last week. Piled on 4 tries, in fact, in the space of 9 minutes. That kick goes dead.
Good play again by Johns. He couldn't get it to pull up. But they're in good position here, the Australians. This has been a very, very willing first half played in difficult conditions. They will have the gale at their backs in the second half, and even though they're a couple behind on the scoreboard, you would have to think the green and golds are a little better placed. That man, Andrew Johns, will just be thinking about getting that breeze at his back.
Palliasina with the ball, dumping it back there for Modu Tony. And Bennett kept one fresh troop up his sleeve in this first half. Trent Waterhouse hasn't seen any action in the game. Kiwis using Azatazi and Palliasina and Paulatua. David Feumu yet to get a taste of the play. That's because Modu Tony's just going so well. Palliasina dropped the ball there, but it's gone backwards, and Webb explodes through the gap. Back for Vangana. He was chased all the way. Good cover defence from Kennedy. Now Jones, 10 metres out from the line, inside for Kidwell. Kidwell offloads. Tony goes for the line and scores. Monu Tony scores the Kiwis' third try. And the crowd goes crazy at Ericsson.
They've done this a couple of times, the Kiwis. The play looks to be dead, and they're willing to flop it out the back and hope that the second phase play disorganises the Australians' defence. It produced the first try, and this one here, thrown out the back by Paliasina, picked up by Webb. Australia asleep. He will pick up Vunganar, and Vunganar takes it deep into territory. Now, the Australians never really get reset. Jones goes across field. He'll lay it back on the inside for Kidwell, onto Tony, and Tony, just with aggressive running, gets his way into the in goal. Well finished off, but the second phase play of the Kiwis does cause Australia a little bit of trouble around the middle of the ruck.
I'm not going to take anything away from the Kiwis here, but at the moment the Aussies just don't seem to be able to be building pressure, neither an attack and then back it up on a kick chase with some good defence. They were split open again by some of that reggae football that we've spoken about. The ball was flopped out the back. They took advantage of it. 50 metres downfield, they've got a try.
This crowd so pumped up. Kiwis, the players are happy to go to half-time. Ruben Wiki on the bench, but I think the crowd just want the battle to continue. No break, just keep it going.
How good is it? How good is it? Look, I still think the Australians are well placed. Kiwis are playing well, but this has been a tough first half for the Australians.
Final seconds of the first half, and Stacey Jones to give his team an 8-point advantage. They've scored 3 tries to 2. It is 16 points to 8. Brian McLennan on screen, the coach. He can't believe it. How good's this? He should retire if they win tonight. 2 from 2. And that is half-time. We'll break on Channel 9 after the break. Ken Sutcliffe, Peter Sterling to look back on the first half. 16 points to 8. The Kiwis leading the Kangaroos on Channel 9.
NBN News Update, brought to you by the all-new Nissan Pathfinder with 7 adaptable seats for the modern-day family, whatever that is.
Hello again. Making news, Australia has banned live bird importations from Canada following the discovery of bird flu antibodies in 3 imported pigeons in Melbourne. The Canadians have labelled the move an overreaction. A Sydney man who bashed a taxi driver while intoxicated has escaped conviction, a court blaming a pub for not monitoring how much he drank. And a Victorian council has apologised following an embarrassing bungle, which saw a penalty notice slapped on a car containing the body of a dead man. Stay with us, we'll have another update for you at around 10:20.
The car for the modern-day family has an all-mode 4x4 system, 3,000 kilogram towing capacity, 7 adaptable seats, and a 128 kilowatt turbo diesel engine that's both powerful and surprisingly economical. In fact, the manual version is the most fuel-efficient 7-seat 4x4 on the market. The all-new Nissan Pathfinder for the modern-day family.
Huge group. You didn't give me any money and she got the money. And then she goes,
I'll call you later.
No, Mum, why do you have to call me? I'll only be gone for 2 hours. Sophie's mum never calls her. Well, maybe I should just stay at home, in my room. I'm 14 now. You got to stop treating me like a child. I don't call you when you're out with your friends. Why can't you just leave me alone?
I'll text you then.
Okay, great. Oh, can I have some money?
Maitland City Motor Group want you to pick $1,500 cash back, or pick $1,500 free fuel, or pick a $1,500 gift voucher from a Stockland Supercentre. That's right, you pick when you buy one of our new Nissans or quality used cars from only $5,990. We make the choices easy at Maitland City Motor Group on the highway at East Maitland.
Which lasts longer? While Duracell Alkaline keeps on running, Eveready Super Heavy Duty just can't keep up. With up to 3 times more power, Duracell always lasts longer than Eveready Super Heavy Duty.
It's all cool this weekend at Domain Katara. Hurry in for a home air conditioning expo and season launch. Get great savings, special offers and talk to the air conditioning experts. All the top brands, Panasonic, Mitsubishi, LG, Kelvinator, Samsung and Airwell. Buy on no deposit with no repayments, interest free.
Here at Holden, we're proud of
what we're achieving.
So proud, in fact. We thought it was time to share something
very special with you.
For the first time ever,
all Australians can enjoy the financial benefit
of Holden employee pricing.
Available to everyone,
no matter who you are. Commodore, Astra, Vectra,
Marina,
Rodeo,
Statesman.
You pay
what we pay, but only for a limited time.
It just goes to prove.
Holden means a great deal to Australia.
Choose the free text bonus option and get up to 200 free texts between any Telstra mobile. Plus, get a Nokia 6235 for $0 up front on a $30 plan. Visit your local Telstra shop or dealer today.
NBN, home of the 2006 Melbourne Commonwealth Games.
Trotter to McLean. Blocker McLean through to Turner. Oh, Big Ben. Supporters there. Mulcahy through the gap. He puts the foot down. Mulcahy for the corner. Try. How good is this Holden team?
Well, I tell you what, it's very tough. The second Tri-Nations Test, New Zealand leading Australia 16-8. Do the stats tell the story of the tale, Peter?
Well, it's a tough, uncompromising Test match, and that's what you love to see. Last week's game and the first 40 minutes of this game, if we are trying to get rugby league internationally back up where it should be, we're going about it the right way. Only 4 errors in the first half. That's testimony to both teams. As the guys have pointed out, pretty tough conditions over there. A lot more possession for New Zealand. They've done it well when they've had the football, 56% up against 44. And plenty more tackles as well. You've got 35 more tackles for Australia. That's almost 6 more sets in defence. And when you're running into the breeze, it's a pretty tough task. 8 points behind, I think that's we go into the second half in the right situation. New Zealand have been great. Australia are close enough if good enough.
Well, Australia's first try was against the run of play, but that happens in these sort of conditions.
Absolutely. After 12 minutes, Darren Lockyer was able to score. No surprise that the kick was heavily featured. The commentators over there said that the last pass here from Anthony Minicello was a mile forward. Looking at it side on, I'm not that convinced that it wasn't a good pass. Obviously it was, the scoreboard says so, but Australia did very well to get on board. But from the restart, it went dead. New Zealand got the football back, and a basketball effort there from Stacey Jones to Jake Webster. They replied immediately, which you want to do at this level. Webster, his first try in Test football, he'll never forget that. Bad mistake, letting the ball go dead from the restart.
Try 3, this is absolutely brilliant.
There are some players in our game, Ken, who you just know can get the football over the line consistently. That man on screen, Nigel Vunganara, is one. 9 out of 10 players wouldn't have scored. And again, Brent Tate was caught out in defence, a player who normally plays in the centres. He didn't read it as well as he should have. A bad play from Shontaine Harpy interfering with Andrew Johns enabled Australia to have that chance. They took full advantage with Matt Cooper at the end of a really good backline play. We thought that'd be the end of the first half try scoring, but it wasn't. A beautiful break up the middle from Brent Webb, followed up by Nigel Vunganara. And after 39 minutes, Modu Tony scores close to the post. 16-8, and that 8-point buffer, Ken, justifies the decision to take the penalty kick when it was offered in front of goal.
Peter, have you seen so many more driving tackles in a Test match first half? It's been unbelievable.
Look, it's great. I think it's evidence that I don't need a swag of points to be excited about a game of rugby league, and that's how I feel about that first 40 minutes. The efforts in picking Matt King and Craig Fitzgibbon up from 5-10 metres out from the line, forcing line dropouts, that's what Test Rugby League should be all about. New Zealand have been fantastic. On the other side of the coin, Australia have done well to remain as close as they have. We talk about that breeze. I think it's a nonsense to put point totals on breeze, but what it does ensure in this second 40 minutes that Australia should play good field position.
Well, Peter, during the Tri-Nation Series, we have our Powerade competition, and these are the tries you have to choose from.
Almost no time left in the match. Stewart. Here it comes now to Lindner. We're well into injury time. 40 seconds, in fact. As it comes away to Stewart again. Stewart throws the dummy. Now Ricky Stewart's on his own. He's up to the halfway. He's waiting for Eddie Houghton. He's got support. Eddie Houghton with him. Back it goes to the big man. Houghton, he gets tries. He gets goals. Oh, what a try. What a try. What a run from Stewart. And what a try. Madiga.
Andrew and Matthew are both in there. Jason Smith got a pass back. The Australians, down the ground they go. Touched by New Zealand. He didn't call it. It doesn't matter whether he calls it or not. Terry Hill is right across the park at the moment. Kamali, he is through. 20 metres out. Back it comes for Bittler. And able to pass. Matthew Johns. Then for Saylor. Saylor will score. Saylor has scored for the Australians. And they are back in front.
Oh, that's a poor pass to Lockyer. But Lockyer turns a mess into an attack and he keeps it going. They're still going. It's Kimali. He's got Kev with him. Kimali waits. Lockyer. They're going to win it. Ricketson. Oh, Great Britain will lose the series 3-0.
Oh, which one do you choose from? They're just absolutely beautiful. All four. SMS your answer to A, B, C or D. 1995 3119 or phone 1902 553 119. And the winner in our Tri-Nations competition will end up going to England for the final in the Tri-Nations. So it's a fabulous competition, the Powerade. We will be back with the second half of this intriguing second test between Australia and New Zealand right after the break.
Oh, what a break from the Holden team.
It's Maitland Toyota's four-stock clearance sale with huge savings on new Klugers, Land Cruisers, Celicas and MR2. These are drive-away prices and all vehicles come with a 6-year, 175,000 kilometre warranty. If you're looking for a new car, the Burton family at Maitland Toyota are the people to see. They're the New South Wales Toyota Rural Dealer of the Year, offering exceptional service. At these prices, it's while stocks last at Maitland Toyota's four-stock clearance sale on now.
With work choices, employees together with employers can agree to change their workplace arrangements or keep their existing arrangements. To find out the facts, call the hotline for the Work Choices booklet.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Relax and unwind on a 7-night South Pacific cruise with P&O Cruises from just $930. Includes 7 nights cruising, all main meals and entertainment on board. Upgrade to an outside cabin from just $5 per person per night.
131 600.
Remember the kids with all the know-how, who always had the answers and loved solving puzzles? Do you ever wonder where they are now? Well, they work for us, and we train them to give knowledgeable, unbiased advice to help you make the right choice. So for a wide range of communications, entertainment, computers and electronics at low prices, no one has more know-how than Dick Smith Electronics.
Know how to make it easy.
Look at the choices you get for your free greater holiday.
There's probably over 300 destinations to choose from.
Well, which Sundays for our holiday would be fabulous? Just Jason and I. We decided we're going to go and stay at SeaWorld Nara Resort and take our little boy up.
We had a week in Israel.
Israel, yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to go to Fiji. That's an option in the booklet.
Swap your home loan to the Greater Building Society. Save on petrol and get a free holiday. So come into the Greater or we'll come to you. Call 1313 86.
Yes, it's Churchill's 60th birthday sale.
Spend $500 at Churchill's and we'll give you a $500 resort check.
Super bargains store-wide.
What a 60th birthday special.
Better hurry to Churchill's Hunter Street West.
It's Maitland Toyota's pre-owned Land Cruiser clearance with up to $8,000 discount and 3-year 175,000 kilometre warranty. Plus $2,000 free fuel or $2,000 cash back. While stocks last at Maitland Toyota.
Here at Holden, we're proud of
What we're achieving.
So proud, in fact. We thought it was time to share something
Very special with you.
For the first time ever,
All Australians can enjoy the financial benefit.
Of Holden employee pricing.
available to everyone.
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 Everyone. No matter who you are. Commodore, Astra, Vectra, Marina,
Rodeo,
Utes,
Statesman. You pay what we pay.
but only for a limited time. Holden employee pricing.
For the first time ever. It just goes to prove.
Holden means a great deal to Australia.
Ever wondered
what's waiting on the other side?
What lies beyond this life, left to perish? They're sent to a hell on earth to engage the enemy within. Steven Seagal, Ja Rule, the action premiere, Dead, tonight on NBN.
Welcome back to the Channel 9 coverage of this second Tri-Nations game, the Gillette Tri-Nation Series. And here at Ericsson Stadium, the Australians find themselves down by 8 points at half-time. 16 points to 8. 3 tries to 2 from the first half. It was ferocious at times. Some wonderful defence from both teams, some punishing defence. They're on the phones, they're telling their friends, come down here for the second half. This is good, this is real good. Darren Lockyer came up with the first try of the night. And now the Kiwis, they return. We're told from the rooms at half-time, Stephen Price, a bit of a knee injury for the Kangaroos. He's going to battle on. And that problem for Andrew Johns was a cork. And he too will continue in their second half. Motu Tony got the try right on half-time. And the Kiwis in front by 8. But running into the breeze in their second half.
I reckon Kiwi coach Brian McLennan has come up with an interesting tactic in the first half. He's instructed all his players to run at Danny Medeiros as often as possible. He came up with 22 tackles in 28 minutes, left the field exhausted.
We're underway, second half of this match. Kiwis looking for back-to-back victories against Australia, something they haven't done in a season, in the same season since 1953. 52 years ago. And they've got the crowd behind them, if not the breeze. The flick out the back there from Paliasina. Motu Tony, who's been just about best on ground tonight with the ball.
It's killing the Australians, that second phase play. They're willing to unload the Kiwis.
Nigel Vunganar in a dummy half, 40 metres out from the line. Paliasina again held there low by O'Mealy, and an upending tackle at that. With Luke O'Donnell, 49 metres out from the Kiwis line, but not for long. Now they're in Australian territory. Tackle made by Trent Barrett. He's gone into hooker, replacing Danny Medeiros. Here's Kidwell. And stepped away there from Fitzgibbon. Good ground made by David Kidwell. They're 30 metres out. First set after half-time. Last tackle. Big ground made into the breeze. Here's Jones's kick. Hangs up high. Coming down for King. They haven't got the ball, but with it is Barrett. Barrett has possession for the Kangaroos. Our pictures courtesy of Sky Sports here in New Zealand tonight. And Gasnier plays it just on the 20-metre line. The Australians who opened with that first try of the night, but there have been some defence. They've been under assault even with the ball in their hands close to their own line, forced to line drop out a couple of times in that first half. And now Barrett. They come left side. Andrew Johns 40 metres out from his own line. There back inside was Fitzgibbon. And Fitzgibbon does well to get to halfway. Despite the attention of 3 defenders, Anderson was first in with Paliasina. Last tackle. Barrett the kicking option this time out of dummy half. Makes 20 metres with a kick. And the scrum will form 25 metres out from the New Zealand goal line.
Strange play there from Trent Barrett. It's really a nothing kick. It gets the ball out over the sideline. It wears down the clock. Australia are behind on the scoreboard. They want to keep the ball in play. I would have thought 3 or 4 big kicks and a good chase to try and run this Kiwi side around. We know that Andrew Johns is struggling a little bit with a cork thigh. I think the longer kick into the corners is the bigger play for Australia.
Stacey Jones from the scrum win. They got a penalty from a scrum last week for players offside, the Kangaroos, and Jones was trying to alert referee Steve Ganson to that again right there. Here's Pulatua, and Pulatua held up 38 metres out from the Kiwis line. Motu Tony, yet to see David Fayumu in this match, and he did some good things last week as well. It may be that Tony and Fayumu are out on the ground at the same time tonight. They're 45 metres from the Australian line. O'Donnell came up with a tackle alongside him, Kennedy. Back infield they come. Paliasina really having an impact on the match. O'Mealy there again in defence. 35 metres now from the line. Jones kicking, got a deflection on the way through. It bounces there, bounced nicely for Minicello. And Minicello trapped in the tackle of Tony. 11 metres out from the Kangaroos line. Here's Brent Tate across field, around the outside of Fatawira, who got him by the legs. And now Cooper, try on test debut tonight. Did make his Australian debut last year, but this is the full test honours tonight. Barrett, flat pass out of dummy half. Riles, good ground. St George Illawarra player to teammate there.
Great run. Good dummy half play and a great run by Riles.
They're now 5 short of halfway. Barrett This time it's O'Mealy's turn to run at them. He gets a bit of second phase play this time. And away it comes with Lockyer. Out for Gaznia. Tries to step on Harpy. Hello! Here goes Gaznia to the corner. Across comes Webb. One missed tackle. And Gaznia makes them pay. Great try, Mark Gaznia. For the Australian side, they're going to check it with a video referee. I got no doubts with it whatsoever.
This is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Gaznia may applaud his teammates. No problem. Talk about Nigel Vungana. This fella's a try scorer. But let's wait till we go back and see the replay of the move he puts on the Kiwis' defence when he gets a chance. There's no worries here. Webb over the top, falls off the tackle. Gaznia plants the ball down. It'll roll back into the field of play. But
you've got a name for this move he puts on, don't you, Gus?
Shimmy, shimmy, whoosh.
I love it.
Here is the decision. It is a try to Gaznia, and the move you talk about, the shimmy, shimmy push, was on Shantaine Harpy.
Well.
Third try of the night to the Kangaroos. They're down by 4. I think he's a bit of both, that bloke. When Australia are going well, he flies an Australian flag. With a Kiwi score, he's got a black and white one out.
What's their second phase play? This is where the Kiwis have been successful. Now watch as Lockyer gives early ball to Gaznia. Whoosh, away he goes. Dummy, away he goes again. That's just sheer pace. He absolutely intimidates his opposite number. He will get the ball with Shantaine Harpy's got a play on him. There's no doubt about that. Lockyer will realise he wants the ball early. Shimmy whoosh, bang, straight around the outside, can't get a hand on him. Turns Butterby inside out. Great play.
Gaznia over for the try just as he did last week. Another kick from the sideline, but this one with a breeze at the back and across the face. 3 tries, no goals for the Kangaroos. Last week it was 6 tries and 2 goals.
Said in the second half last week they had to get this man more football. And it showed there that as soon as O'Mealy's been the only Australian forward that has been prepared to unload the ball out the back in tackles. The Kiwis have done it half a dozen times and made big inroads. The first time O'Mealy's been able to flop out a little bit of second phase play, it's brought Gaznia into play. Maybe that's the way to get the ball to the outside. Trust your forwards, Riles, O'Mealy, to unload the ball and then play off the back of it.
In case you're any doubts, yes, it is very cold here tonight at Ericsson, as you saw from the Australian bench. They're shivering down there. Here's O'Mealy. And take it in the tackle there of Roy Azatazi. The 2 Bulldogs meet. Riles, another strong run. Carries a couple on his back. Gets over the 30-metre line. Good stuff from Jason Riles. Trent Barrett dummy half. 15 metres inside their own half. Andrew Johns. Australians on top of their game right now. O'Donnell this time is the one who offloads. Back for Minicello. 40 out from his own goal line. Anderson hangs on in the tackle with Tony. Now 5 short of halfway. Barrett. Little dummy to the right and back to the left side. And they were more or less a stuttering run there by Ben Kennedy. Still able to get to the Kiwis' 40-metre line. Barrett again runs, got away from Azatazi. Fires it back, it's on the deck. Scooped up here by Minicello. Inside for Lockyer. Here he goes. The Australian captain goes straight through. Got the green light. And made the Kiwis pay his second try of the night. 2 tries back-to-back. And the Australians storm back into the contest.
Great play here by the Australian forwards. They've just rumbled their way up the middle third of the field here time after time. And Barrett this time with some second phase play. The ball has hit the ground, but that doesn't matter in these conditions. It gives Minicello and Lockyer the opportunity to interchange quickly with passing and test them up the middle of the ruck. The pass out the back has been the key play in this game for both sides. Out the back to Minicello. Good work by Lockyer coming from behind. He's a lovely mover. That's what you like to see him do, just run the ball.
And try successful. So the Australians in front. Test Rugby League on Channel 9. We break and come back to Ericsson.
Here at Holden, we're proud of
what we're achieving.
So proud, in fact. We thought it was time to share something
Very special with you.
for the first time ever.
All Australians can enjoy the financial benefit
Of Holden employee pricing.
Available to everyone.
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 Everyone. No matter who you are. Commodore, Astra, Vectra, Marina,
Rodeo.
Use.
Statesman.
You pay what we pay.
But only for a limited time.
Holden employee pricing.
For the first time ever. It just goes to prove.
Holden means a great deal to Australia.
With work choices, wages and specified existing award conditions like penalty rates and long service leave will be protected by law. To find out the facts, call the Work Choices hotline for the Work Choices booklet.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
When I go on a cruise, I love to relax. The other me is always meeting new friends, playing games, and drinking with the locals. I like to eat healthily. The other me is maybe not so disciplined. I enjoy a moment's quiet peace at sunset. The other me is a little bit more outgoing. But from under $1,000 for a P&O South Pacific cruise, whichever me, we both love to cruise. Morning. Good night.
It's all cool this weekend at Domain Katara. Hurry in for a home air conditioning expo and season launch. Get great savings, special offers and talk to the air conditioning experts. All the top brands: Panasonic, Mitsubishi, LG, Kelvinator, Samsung and Airwell. Buy on no deposit with no repayments, interest free.
Before you renew your home and contents insurance, ask your insurance company if it offers a no-claim bonus, like you get on car insurance. If it doesn't, stop and ask Allianz about their no-claim bonus for home and contents insurance. Switch and you could save up to 30%. So call Allianz today on 131,000 for a quote and more details.
Everything that's hot for summer is at Barbecues Galore, like the Beefmaster Premium with side burner and 3-year warranty for $599. And right now, pay nothing until January 2007. Barbecues Galore. Summer catalogue out now.
Go Broadmeadow this weekend for Harvey Norman Homestarter's biggest ever 2-day sale. We're stacked to the max in furniture, electrical and computers. Prices crashed to rock bottom. Interest-free terms and immediate delivery? You bet. Harvey Norman Homestarter's biggest ever 2-day sale. This weekend at 9 Ways Broadmeadow only.
Get a load of this. Quality sand, soil and gravel. One call does it all. Get your yard ready for spring for a great price. Call 49 550 085. Wallsend Turf and Landscaping Supplies. Carbine Close, Wallsend.
Offers a revolutionary new level of features from $17,990. Viva the revolution.
Welcome back to our coverage on Channel 9. Lockyer has 2 tries tonight in his 11th game as Australian Test captain, and now a record of 20 tries overall in his Test career. That is very impressive. Here's O'Mealy, loving this sort of contest, relishing playing this sort of football in October and into November. Now for Riles, they're fired up the 2 bench front rowers tonight for Australia, O'Mealy and Riles. Running here is Fitzgibbon. David Fayumu's now into the play for the Kiwis. Australia with the ball, 40 out from their line, Barrett. He goes for a run 2, he's big enough to play in the forwards full time in the back row. Trent Barrett, 45 metres out from the Kiwis line. This time with Kennedy, he's looking to slip it around the corner. He decided to hang on, couldn't get a clean ball to Minicello. Last tackle, Lockyer, away. Good ball, Coopers with the ball, he's turned it around. They've gone 1, they've gone 2, they've got a third. Australia scored 3 tries in the space of 8.5 minutes. And an 8-point deficit is now a 6-point lead.
This is where I reckon Darren Lockyer plays his best football, when he plays instinctively rather than just trying to sit back and orchestrate rehearsed plays. He gets a little bit of interchange in the middle of the field, a quick play the ball, and suddenly he can swoop down the short side and send his outside supports away. This is just instinctive. No set play, no rehearsal about this. It's just drawing and passing and putting faster men on the outside of his teammates. Good work here by Cooper. Good centre. Should have been in game 1.
The Australians look as though they're comfortable in their skin once again. It's like they've remembered how to play football. They've come out, they're doing all the little things right. They're getting quick play of the balls. They're coming through in numbers. They're looking for second phase. And when they end up attacking the line, there's several options there. I agree with Gus on Darren Lockyer. He does look more comfortable playing off the back of that. And if the Aussies can keep going forward with this, keep continuing with this style of play, I think they can get over the line here tonight.
Craig Fitzgibbon, 1 from 4. He's back out near the sideline again. 7 in from touch. This to keep the momentum going. And it's looking good from Craig Fitzgibbon. He's got his second of the night. The Australian side taking charge of this match after half-time. They conceded that 4-pointer to Modu Tony coming up with a break. That enabled the Kiwis to lead by 8. But now it's the other way round. The Kangaroos 24, the Kiwis 16. Cooper, 2 tries on test debut. On a night where his captain has also snared a double.
They've made a statement, the Australian forwards, haven't they? They've got the breeze at their backs now.
24-16, their second match of the Gillette Tri-Nation Series. And the crowd has been urged on by the ground announcer to get involved. They went awfully quiet after that third straight try. They're merely 25 metres out from the Kangaroos line. Barrett infield this time for O'Donnell, playing his second test tonight. Pushed back there by Pulatur and Fayumu. On the Aussie 30, this is Fitzgibbon. On for Riles. Riles up to the 40. Proving more than a handful at the moment for the New Zealand defence. Barrett for Johns. He steadies and kicks from inside the 40. Andrew Johns doesn't get the angle on the kick. And Brent Webb with it. Webb back over the 20. Johns just positioned himself. He slowed down to make sure the kick was inside that big red line. It's one the Kiwis will need to be awake for, and just when they drop back deep, he'll decide to run it. There's Shontaine Harpy held up there by Andrew Johns. Now Manu Vatuvai almost back to halfway in the tackle of Trent Barrett and Craig Fitzgibbon. Infield, so they did leave Tony and Fayumu on the field. The Kiwis operating with their 2 dummy half men, if you like. Webster's in a bit of trouble at the moment for the Kiwis. Webb's put it down. This is nothing like how they played in the first half for much of the half. Sivanasiva's ready to come back on. Webster's got his troubles at the moment.
They don't want to be making mistakes here, the Kiwis, because the Aussies are in a mood to score tries. They need to consolidate field position. They need to get a good kick chase, some quick play of the balls, play the style of football that got them the points in the first half.
Scored 4 in the space of 9 minutes up to half-time last week. Almost got a 5th. Minicello's put it down into the arms of Webster. I don't know whether young Jake was all that keen to take a run, having copped a heavy knock on the previous play, but he was there anyway. Here's Fatawira. And Fatawira tackled 41 metres away from the Australian line. Sivanasiva straight into the defensive work for the Australians. Now Fayumu gets a run at a dummy half. He's able to make 10. You can see they're 30 away from the Kangaroos' goal line. They're needing points on the board to reply here. Here is Wiki. Held in the tackle of Sivanasiva and Fitzgibbon that time. Fayumu has a little look up out of dummy half. Decides to pass this time. Rauhihi's back out there. Across for Azatazi. Azatazi unloads and Webster. Well, it looked like he got it down onto the sideline. Play on the call from the touch judge at first. And it's called travelled forward in any case. So the scrum to pack down with an Australian feed, 15 out.
He created a little bit of space here, Azatazi. He's looking at Cooper as he passes. Fatawira didn't help him. He should have cut back to the inside, and that may have given Webster a free run down the sideline. But Azatazi actually created space there.
And the Australians win the scrum. And Tate with a step and gets over the 20. And Trent Barrett, a dummy half. Remains to be seen when Badiris comes back into the play now. Luke O'Donnell with the ball. And Luke O'Donnell well handled by the Kiwi defence. Still, the crowd not at the volume they were at in the first half. Price back out there. Lockyer, quick hands, Gaznia. All very flat passing. The Australians away down the right-hand side. The kick back infield. Plenty of Kiwi jumpers back there. Not handled by Jones. Bounces nicely, though. They come away with the ball with Webster. And is tackled by Cooper, 25 metres out from the Kiwi line. This is Fatawira. Headed back infield. So New Zealand at the moment just hanging on. They trail by 8 points. Now Rauhihi As he so often does, he puts it into reverse as he gets into that defence. Turns his back on them. Fayumu up for Wiki, looking to pass, now decides to run. Here goes the captain, Ruben Wiki. With a fend and then a stumble, and he gets to within 30 of the line. And a penalty against Petro Sivanasiva.
Good run from the captain there. That's what his team needed. A little bit of a dummy and a lot of power in that run. He'll actually look for a little bit of an offload here, which fooled Andrew Johns. He was able to pull out of the tackle, burst into the backfield. That's what they need, a little bit of inspiration. They need a try on the board here to give them some confidence.
Now the crowd with a Kiwis chant. This is Pulatua. Takes a run at them. Got through the tackle of Johns. Held there by Barrett and Sivanasiva and Fitzgibbon. 10 metres out from the line. Fayumu has a run. Gazdi has got him. 5 out on tackle number 2. At 24-16. To the Australian side, who trailed 16-8 at half-time. Webb, a dummy to Rauhihi. Across for Jones. Keeps it going for Vangana. Puts a step on. Got past Lockyer. Got past Kennedy. Was held up 8 metres out. Fatawira this time at acting half. Jones calls them to centre field. Here's Jones, short pass. Rauhihi still chasing his first try of the season. Couldn't pick up a 4-pointer with the Cowboys this year. A little push in the face there from Barrett. Webb tries a step, got away from one, got away from Johns, got away from the front row of Price. Last tackle for the Kiwis, Fayumu. Left foot kick, ricochet off the legs. Scooped up here by Tony. Tackle count, I think, has restarted. It has.
6 again.
Full set of 6. Waterhouse waits to come on for the first time tonight. And the Australians again under enormous pressure. 3 metres out from the line. Fayumu scoops it back. Jones, Rauhihi has held up in the tackle of Lockyer and Minicello. Fayumu again. Webb there. 5 out. Short pass. Azatazi is held. Superb defence by the Kangaroos.
Great
it was
defense.
Cooper. Now Fatawira. Fatawira for Jones. That kick off the legs. That time is Sivanasiva. Surely he wasn't playing at it. Australia come up with a ball. That is superb from the green and gold.
Outstanding defence. Absolutely outstanding defence. The Kiwis threw everything at them.
And now with Brent Tate, look out, he can take off from there. He makes 10 metres. Got over the 30-metre line. 23 minutes remaining. And a 24-16 scoreline to the Kangaroos. And a bit of fire comes back into the Kiwis' play. The Australians are weathering the storm, and Johns this time kicks from outside the 40. Big Manu Vatuvei goes all the way back to his own goal line. Watches it go touch in goal for a 20-metre restart to the Kiwis.
This is where the Australians really need to build pressure. There was a long kick by Andrew Johns. The Kiwis are going to come back out for a 22-metre tap, but they need to back this up with a good set in defence. The Australians, if they can, build pressure, and the points will come.
I know we've got our viewers throughout Great Britain tonight. They would be loving what they're seeing and great expectations of what they've got to look forward to next weekend, beginning next weekend with New Zealand against Great Britain. And we will have that for you on Channel 9. Lenny Badiris is jumping out of his skin to come back on the sideline here. As Rauhihi takes it up over halfway, held in the tackle of O'Donnell. And now put on his back as Riles came in to assist. Kiwis down by 8 points. And with it is the captain, Ruben Wiki, playing his 46th Test match tonight. A New Zealand record. And having an enormous game as well. Webb inside this time with Solomona. He's back out there. The flick out the back, put down by Fayumu. Knock on against the Kiwis. And an Australian scrum feed 35 metres out from their own goal line.
Well, they're behind on the scoreboard. It's been their favourite play tonight. Popping the ball out the back. Solomona's got the ability to keep the ball alive. Fayumu was in good position. He just couldn't keep a handle on it. And when you're 8 points behind on the scoreboard, 21 minutes left on the clock, the Kiwis have got to force their hand a little bit.
Matt King with a run. Well taken in the tackle there of Pulatua. Australians, they quick play the ball from King. And Riles ready to run, and big run. Big metres made. Gets inside the Kiwis 40. Held by Azatazi.
He and O'Murley have been absolutely outstanding. They've turned this game for Australia.
Barrett still on as Sivanasiva runs into he runs into the chest, more or less, of Shontaine Harpy. It wasn't the full-on shoulder charge. Here is Johns for Lockyer. On for Kennedy. He gets sandwiched between defenders. Vangana has been physical tonight. Fatawira there as well. Kennedy plays at 25 metres out from the line. Here's John. Switch of play. Good play. Good play for Tate. Then for Cooper. Cooper's 20 out and held by Fatawira. Last tackle for the Australians. Leading by 8 points. Johns, his kick is across field. Here it comes. This is pressure. Manu Vatuvai decides not to contest the ball. It comes loose. Webb's across there. Knocked forward by the Kangaroos.
Well, this is great test match football, isn't it? Players coming from everywhere in defence. Defence is all about attitude, and both of these sides here tonight displaying great attitude in this area of their game. We see the Kiwis coming back in numbers to cover that pill.
Matt King was allowed to get a challenge at that ball. Scored a try on that side from a kick in the second half last week as well. Here's Wiki. Carries back over the 30-metre line. Inside the final quarter of the game right now. And with it is Solomon, a nice footwork. He put it on Trent Waterhouse there. Badeiras is still on the bench. Our pitches courtesy of Sky Sports New Zealand. And now Pulatua running an angle there, but well held by Lockyer. 3 short of halfway. Well, he's ready to go. Gets it inside the Australian half, able to offload. Webb, now they attack down that left side, and Harpy lost his footing. 39 metres from the Australian line. Jones this time trying to place the kick to the corner. He's found the line. Let's take a break on Channel 9. Test match Rugby League, 24-16 to the Kangaroos.
Here at Holden, we're proud of
What we're achieving.
So proud, in fact. We thought it was time to share something
Very special with you.
for the first time ever.
All Australians can enjoy the financial benefit.
Of Holden employee pricing.
Available to everyone.
No matter who you are. Commodore, Astra,
Vectra, Marina,
Rodeo. Statesman.
You pay what we pay.
but only for a limited time.
It just goes to prove.
Holden means a great deal to Australia.
Worldwide Appliances are closing down for renovations. Everything must go. Don't miss out. It's your once-in-a-lifetime chance to buy quality white goods, electrical and homewares at unheard of low prices. Many items at or well below cost. It's unbeatable. Worldwide Appliances closing down for renovation sale. Hurry!
Remember the kids with all the know-how who loved solving puzzles, knew how things worked? You ever wonder where they are now? Well, they work for us, and we train them to give knowledgeable, unbiased advice to help you make the right choice. So for a wide range of communications, entertainment, computers and electronics at low prices, no one has more know-how than Dick Smith Electronics.
Know how to make it easy.
A pulse. The whole world has a pulse. Now, so does a toothbrush. New Oral-B Pulsar. The Oral-B experts have created a whole new kind of manual brush. Micro-pulse bristles pivot and pulse deep between teeth for a truly superior clean. Feel that? That's Oral-B Pulsar, changing the way you brush forever.
Homart is overstocked and is clearing the deck with prices so low you'd think they were closing down. Collector's dolls reduced to half price. Stainless steel cook sets slashed to $29.99. Homart's clearing the deck with super low closing down prices. It's package deal month at Doors Plus the No Fuss way. These interior doors, complete with handles, latches and hinges, fitted in your home for $1.99 each. Solid timber front and back door packages, both with locks, handles and hinges, fully fitted for only $8.99 the pair. Doors Plus, no fuss. Worldwide Appliances are closing down for renovations. Everything must go. Don't miss out. It's your once-in-a-lifetime chance to buy quality white goods, electrical and homewares at unheard of low prices. Many items at or well below cost. It's unbeatable. Worldwide Appliances closing down for renovation sale. Hurry!
Nobody looks forward to getting their home phone bill, but the $49 home chat from AAPT can change all that. It lets you make local, national and international calls from your home phone, plus calls to absolutely any mobile anywhere, with $120 worth of calls for just $49 a month. So your phone bill will no longer be a big surprise. AAPT, tell it like it is. Call 13 31 40.
On this Survivor, there's already enough to keep you on your toes. But when you add to that the gut-wrenching challenges and a soaring rivalry, it's a rumble in the jungle. Survivor Guatemala, 7:30 Saturday on NBN.
Okay, we go.
Here at Ericsson Stadium tonight, the 93rd meeting of Australia and New Zealand in Test Match Rugby League. The Australians looking for their 65th win. At the moment, they lead by 8. The change being made right at the moment. Badiris is on for Trent Barrett. He's had his stint at hooker. And the Australians are in possession 25 metres out from their own line. Played by Sivanasiva. Andrew Johns away for Waterhouse. He played in the pack this week. 32 from their own line. Here's another run for Jason Riles. The call was for a forward pass. Badiris' first ball has gone forward. Opportunity for the Kiwis. Centre field, 30 out. And I'm not about to question the decision. It was another punishing run, though, by Riles once he got it.
Every Kiwi supporter in the grandstand here called it forward. I'm not going to argue with them either. Opportunity here for the Kiwis. They've got to get back into the game now.
Stacey Jones. And away with Webb. He was held that time by Minicello. Here is Fatawira. A lot of this from Paul Fatawira tonight when he gets out of dummy half, so it drifts infield, runs straight, then does the angle. Fayumu at dummy half. Then up for Azatazi. We've been wrapping the Australians off the bench, the front rowers. The Kiwi front rowers have been good off the interchange as well tonight. 11 metres out from the line, the crowd lift. Jones is with the ball. They want their little magic man to create. Vanavai's with the ball. Hasn't had too many chances tonight. And 3 in the tackle. Badiris low, Waterhouse over the top.
Solomona was claiming that was touched by an Australian, but no 6 again.
10 out from the line. Here is Jones. Cut out ball. It comes for a leaping David Kidwell. Kidwell offloads. Then it goes on for Webster. It appeared to travel forward for mine. They may well award this. They will to Jake Webster. Look, you can't believe it. It was batted on forward. Certainly that's how it appeared from up in our commentary box. That is certainly how it appeared to all of the Australians. But it is game on. It's 4 points the difference. And Webster in his second test has got his second try.
Let's see if we can see the referee, Steve Ganson, put the whistle to his mouth. Watch Ganson over near the post. It'll flick on. He'll now put the whistle to his mouth to rule it forward and hesitates and goes with the linesman's call. I think he thought it was forward, then went with the linesman who ran into the in goal and said no, fair try. This was where Azatazi came earlier. He drew Tate in earlier on. They couldn't get the ball out to Webster for the try. That time the flick pass made it. It did go forward. Ganson went to blow that it was a forward, then went with his linesman.
Well, referee decisions are a part of the game. Unfortunately, that one's gone against the Australians there and the Kiwis. They've got another 4-pointer. They're starting to get a sniff, the Kiwis. This is about the stage of the game last week where they started to put the points back on. They started to get excited. The ball started coming out the back. They started to really motor home. The Aussies will want to be careful here.
Of course, that was the bat on from Fatawira. Well, I couldn't go to the video referee to check it. So between referee and touch judge, they came up with a decision for try. Ball off the kicking tee. And his price is blowing about getting this one.
Well, he's $1,000,000 to 1. I don't know why he's wasting his time. I know you've got to have the kick, I suppose.
Oh,
but
come on, he's got to have the kick.
He's got to be Superman to kick this through. The wind here just won't let it get near the post.
I'm going to back him in.
Oh.
Iken has $1 at 1,000 to 1. Here's the kick from Jones. Iken's $1 down. He can afford it. 24 to 20. Kangaroos over the Kiwis. 15 minutes remaining. Real Test Match Rugby League tonight. But this is forward. The bat on here from Paul Fatawira. We won't labour the point. Webster gets his second try and good luck to him. The young bloke from the Melbourne Storm.
Well, it's what the game needed. It's what the Kiwis needed. But a little dose of bad luck there for the Australians, who've now got a nervous lead. A 4-point lead, big home crowd, tough conditions. It's going on.
5 tries to 4 as well to the Kangaroos tonight. An awfully tough night for the goal kickers. Don't be critical about their stats tonight. And Webster rounded up there by Johns and Sivanasiva. 20 metres out from the Kiwis line, Ruben Wiki. And Wiki is held there, that time by Price and also Waterhouse. Fayumu, he would love the big run right now, David Fayumu. He was able to make 10, he flicks it out the back. Risk involved, but still able to promote the ball on now for Anderson. Almost back to halfway. Kiwis in possession. And the crowd, no one will go home early tonight, that's for sure. His kid will held there by the two front rowers, Sivanasiva and Price. Been a good set for New Zealand following the try. Charge down on the kick from Jones. They want a clean regather here. Tackle count restarts. Webster comes up with the ball. No surprise, it was Price who charged down the kick.
Yeah, and sometimes the charge downs just aren't necessary. You just want him to kick the ball to your man at the back.
And here they come, back-to-back sets. Fatawira held, 32 metres out from the line. Fayumu, infield, Ruben Wiki. Wiki inside the 20. 24 points to 20. Kangaroos leading the Kiwis, but here they come. They put it down and just minding his own business. Kennedy comes up with a football.
How did he grab it? How did Kennedy not knock that ball on?
And Minicello back with it, 15 metres out from the line. The Australians now with Brent Tate. And he is held trying to scramble his way up to the 30. He was on hands and knees. And this time, Matt King. So winger plays the ball to winger. And good stuff, 15 metres short of halfway. King not able to offload. Here was the last play. Fayumu off the hands of Rauhihi. And Kennedy was able to snaffle that. And here he is again, Ben Kennedy. Got the right arm free. Minicello's got support. Cooper's there. Minicello's still with the ball. 10 metres out. Oh, the count. The count. That counts for plenty. Anthony Minicello scores the try. It is 28 points to 20. And this time the Kiwis are blowing up a better pass. But Anthony Minicello had them running around in circles. A bit like the Roadrunner at the finish. He went beep, beep, and run away to score the try.
Ben Kennedy, he has threatened to offload a couple of times tonight. On two occasions we thought he did offload. This is the turnover at the other end of the field, knocked on by Rahihi. Kennedy did a good job to grab it. Now Kennedy with the left foot step and the offload there. That ball probably went a metre forward. But a nice little into the way by Minicello, and Webster can't keep his feet, and Minicello, the count, will race in and score a vital try for the Australian side. Put it down to the offload from Kennedy, and some great speed and support play from that man, Anthony Minicello.
If you ask me, Ben Kennedy's the guy that's got to step up and become the new forward leader of this Australian side. We had Tallis, we lost him. We had Webke, he's retired. Ben Kennedy oozes leadership qualities. He's a guy that can make a difference during a game. He does a lot of the tough stuff, and these Australian forwards will follow him.
Andrew Johns has taken over the kicking. This for a 10-point lead for the Australians with 11 minutes remaining. This time the wind blows it off the kicking tee of the number 7. Are you allowed to use the trainer to hold the ball? I don't know whether you are, to be honest.
I don't think you can. I don't think a trainer can hold the ball.
In golf, this would be a two-shot penalty.
I don't think the trainer can hold the ball.
Here goes Andrew Johns, 21 metres out from the line. Andrew Johns has hit the upright. 28 to 20, 11 remaining. We break on Channel 9 from Ericsson Stadium.
Good evening once again. Ray Deneen with another look at what's happening with our weather, and it looks like things will fine up as the weekend proceeds, with a trough moving out into the Tasman Sea. The temperatures for tomorrow, Newcastle and Scone for 25 degrees, with a top expected on the central coast at Gosford of 24 degrees. That's the weather. Have a good weekend.
8:30 Saturday, the Fellowship of the Ring. Then next Saturday, the premiere movie event, The Two Towers, The Lord of the Rings on NBN.
Want to save 50 cents a litre on your fuel? Keep watching.
Branch Power brings you exciting news in home baking. Now there's a faster, easier way with exceptional results. New Sara Lee Bake at Home Muffin Mix. It's a fully prepared, chilled liquid mix. Just cut and pour straight from the pouch. There's nothing to add to the mix and no messy cleanups. So in just 20 minutes, friends and family can enjoy the aroma and taste of fresh, warm muffins. With Sara Lee Bake at Home, baking couldn't be easier. Find it in the refrigerated section of your supermarket, not the freezer. Branch Power, helping you buy better.
Na 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 na. Come in and see the good guys.
You know the song, it's the Good Guys. Huge range, best brands and low prices. In our Sight and Sound catalogue out now. Watch this Samsung rear projection TV for just $3,497. And this LG DVD recorder for only $287. Pay less, pay cash. For deals this sound, buy from the Good Guys.
I'm sorry, sir. You cannot come into the club without shoes on.
Wallara Bay Recreation Club on the lake at Gorican. Stone Age dining in modern comfort.
Who do the people of the Hunter region turn to for laser vision correction? Hunter Laser Vision. Offering world-class standards of treatment with their Osiris laser, Hunter Laser Vision is dedicated to educating. Call 1-800-44-2020.
Save 50 cents a litre on fuel by moving your home loan. Keep watching.
Hurry into Domain for big betting bonuses. Spend up to $3,000 on our options range and get Domain gift vouchers valued at 10% of the purchase price. Spend over $3,000 and it's 15%. The possibilities are endless with our mix and match betting options. Mix and match bed heads, base, bedside tables and chest styles. Choose a storage option, colour, timber, stain. You can even choose your own fabric to suit your decor and budget. Our innovative range has options to suit all budgets and lifestyles. Options and big betting bonuses now at...
Cheap fuel? Call Elcom for full details. 1300 361 456.
What are you doing here?
CSI, Sunday on NBN.
Back with the action on 9. The short kick-off from the Kiwis. It brushed the chest of Louis Anderson straight away. Penalty to the Australian centre of halfway. 28-20, 10.5 remaining. I don't even know whether the short kick-off was the play. Our pictures courtesy of Sky Sports New Zealand.
Okay, Ruben. This might be domino here. I think I just heard the first domino fall. The Kangaroos can put it beyond doubt right here, right now.
20 metres out from the line. Badiris in for O'Mealy. O'Mealy ready to attract 3 and 4 defenders again. 12 metres out from the line. At 28 points to 20. Badiris for Johns. Johns finds Waterhouse. Held up in the tackle of Fayumu Rauhihi. Anderson is there as well. Badiris, a dummy half, looks up to his left. Finds his Newcastle teammate in Johns. Out for Tate. Tate got away from Fatawira. Now tries a bit of fancy footwork. Here's Badiris lining them up on the right. Now Lockyer comes back in field. He's got 2 tries tonight. Keeps it alive for Tate. Tate is still 5 metres out. Good defence by New Zealand that time. They held their line and they hang in this match. Badiris, Johns, that time Minicello, too strong, close to the line. Anthony Minicello, referee Ganson wants to check it with a video ref, but Minicello gets straight to his feet. This is another day in the office for the Australian fullback. Tried close to the line with plenty of power and plenty of determination.
He's just relentless, isn't he? He supports everything. He runs it back 20 or 30 times a game. I mean, no problem there. That ball's hit the ground. Came back on the perfect angle there for Andrew Johns, who loves to float across field. He likes to get the defence standing still, and he just wants a player willing to come back against the grain and force his way through. I don't think there's any doubt here. The point of this ball touches the ground there, and I think it will touch the ground again there. No problem. The Kangaroos have withstood a lot of pressure in this first half. I said just before half-time, Bossy, that I was comfortable, even though they were 8 points behind, that this breeze would be a factor and that they'd weather the storm. They'd shown me enough in their game, in their defence in the first half, that the grit was there this week and that they would finish this off. They've done a great job in this second half.
Minicello's impressed me for for many seasons now. He's a guy you don't like playing against because you know he's going to threaten you from the back, at the front. He's going to be backing up. He's got great support play. He's a guy that lives off the back of the forwards and at the same time can be out wide. He can make a real difference as he has done tonight. He's a guy that's really going to have an impact throughout this.
They've said no try! That is extraordinary! This isn't Australian bias, but that is highway robbery. Check your wallet, Betty. Have you still got it?
No,
the video referee has come in here and robbed us all.
No way.
This is extraordinary. You said it, Gus, on the replay. He didn't ground it just once. He grounded it twice.
Easily.
They've said he's held up in goal. Andrew Johns with a kick. Back infield they come. The ball is batted back. Minicello going for the loose ball. 20 metres out from the line. He kicks. Fielded there by Webster. This game's still alive. It's 28-20. After one of the most incredible video referee decisions I've ever seen or heard. They've got two up in the box. They've got an Australian and a Kiwi. And maybe they're deciding by rock, paper, scissors. And the World Championships are on next week. They should both go. 20 metres out from the line. The Kiwis in possession. 8.5 minutes remaining. And it's an 8-point ball game.
There's a kick there by Minicello. Great save, but rock, paper, scissors for the video referee.
You never know.
Rahihi plays the ball. With it is Fayunu. Fayunu makes another 10. Rahihi dashes off the field. They're getting Azatazi back out there for the final stint of this match. Jones and away for Webb. Webb drives it low. Trapped on the boot. Australians ready to hold on to the ball right now. Tate with it. Outside his 20. Put a bit of footwork there on Kidwell. Rounded up 25 metres out from the Kangaroos line. And now Minicello. Well, he couldn't believe it. He's just got to get on with the game. They still lead by 8. You wouldn't like that decision, though, to cost you the game. With it now is Cooper. Cooper held 15 metres inside the Kangaroos half. 7.5 remaining now. 28-20. And this time with Matt King. Good one-on-one tackle, front on King. Was affected by Azatazi.
Look at the 10 metres this Steve Gantz is 12 and 14 metres most of the time.
Johns' pass has gone over the shoulder there of Gaznia. Play on the call. That's fine. Harvey made the tackle, but it's the last for the Aussies. It's inside the 40 though. John steps over the 40 to kick. And this will be cut off here by Webster, although he won't even need to make a play on it. It'll be back to the 20-metre line for the restart for New Zealand.
Well, this is the equation. We've now got under 7 minutes of play. The Kiwis are down by 8. They're running into a stiff breeze. The Kangaroos have got the wind in their sails. They need a try in the next couple of minutes, you would think, the home side. It's been a gritty game from both sides. Australia's defence much better tonight.
Nigel Vandenaar and away. Manu Vatuvei gets involved. Held there by Waterhouse. Back to the 40. Tony's ready to go on. He's out there for the Kiwis. And that time he came on for Iafita Paliacina. So they've got some of those smaller men out there to make a few runs. Tony will do it straight away. In fact, it's the mousetrap play again from the Kiwis. Fatawira gets inside the Australian half, but only by a couple of metres. 6 minutes remaining in this one. 28-20. Test match rugby league from Ericsson Stadium. Here is Anderson. Held up by Lockyer. Fitzgibbon there with his captain to make the tackle, along with Luke O'Donnell. Last tackle for the Kiwis. This is a big play in the match right now. Jones has kicked very high. Minicello underneath it. And Minicello comes down with the ball 10 metres out from the line. It's windy, it's cold, the ball is slippery, it's wet. And Minicello equal to all of those elements.
Oh, and you cut me off on a rap on him before because it was no try, but is this guy good or what? Minicello, absolutely outstanding tonight.
Waiting to come back on is Jason Riles for the final 5.5 minutes of the match. The Australians in possession, 20 out from their own line. The Aussies get a 2-week break after this one. They're back in action on November 5 against Great Britain. And the Kiwis to line up against Great Britain and Ireland next weekend. And you'll see it all right here on Channel 9. Early morning starts for your Sunday mornings from here on in. Fitzgibbon held 40 metres out from the Kangaroos line. It'll be 5 a.m. next Sunday. Andrew Johns. Hurried kick there by Minicello. Getting across is Webster. He'll field it 10 metres out from his own line. We're inside the final 5 now. Webster runs straight back at Kennedy. No fear.
What a hit.
Kennedy and O'Mealy. Nice double that for a winger to run into. Fatawira. Well, he knows that his winger's in field after the previous run. They're in possession, 12 short of halfway, 4.5 remaining. Still down by 8 points. And another big tackle, this time it's Waterhouse. Great shot on David Kidwell. Vangana, a step, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of petrol left in the tank right at the moment for this New Zealand side. Modu Tony, Ruben Wiki, 40 metres out. Jones can't collect the ball. Penalty though. Well, he's going to roll the tackle against Luke O'Donnell, I think, on Stacey Jones. Well, Luke will get up now. There's a push and shove. He hasn't thrown a punch. But his defence will be, well, he's the size of a garden though. Of course I got him high.
Number 11. Over there.
35 metres out. Still on for the Kiwis.
Don't want nothing around his head. Okay,
down to
mate.
this set of 6. Gets they're handing out the last of the
Just leave it to
caution.
me, okay?
The Kiwis need a try in this set of 6. 4 minutes left on the clock. Not sure about the penalty there.
Oh, he lost the ball when he was challenged by Luke O'Donnell. 25 metres out from the line. And with it is Louis Anderson. This time the Australians, another driving tackle. It was Andrew Johns. With it is Webb. Wiki back for Webb. Then on for Jones. They're lined up on the right-hand side. With it is Kidwell. He's 20 metres out. Right arm free. Finished off by Kennedy. Low down was Lockyer. Fatawira. 15 from the line. Jones. Kiwis trailing by 8. Webb decides to kick early. It's fielded there by Minicello. And a penalty to the Kiwis.
I think they felt well out of it after he's chipped it here. I really do. He's put the kick through. Someone's grabbed him by the jersey, kept him out of the play. New Zealand another attacking opportunity.
3.5 remaining. David Fayumu has taken the tap and has scored. He's embarrassed the defence. He scores the try. He sprints back to halfway. He says, how do you like them apples?
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a step. What a play. Jones wants the Australians to retreat. He wants to get this kick over. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock. We've got a 2-point ball game if this goes through. Fayumu's step there was absolutely brilliant. He saw the Australians back napping on the try line. He took the quick tap and it was just a sharp left foot jolt. This is the penalty. Webb kicks through. He's held back by Badiris. The referee got it right. From the tap, watch this. Looks left. Bang! Left foot step. Push through. Easy try.
Shimmy, shimmy, whoosh.
Shimmy, shimmy, step.
Look at him run back after scoring. Good luck to him, David Fayumu. Second test. His partner Belinda would be watching. She's due to give birth. She may have just gone into labour on the back of that try. That's sensational. What about this? 28 to 26. 2 minutes remaining. Webster's with the ball. Tackled 20 metres out from the line. The Kiwi crowd went up with the offload. They come back infield. Kidwell on for Azatazi. Bumping run. Badiris has been courageous all night. New Zealand in possession. Fayumu, Jones, Webb lined up on the left side. Now the ball. Anderson almost around his man. Good tackle again. That was Gaznia. They're 5 short of halfway. They would love the Australians to concede a penalty here. That's what New Zealand need right now. Anderson held there in the tackle of O'Donnell. 49 metres from the Kangaroos line. 90 seconds remaining. Little Stacey Jones. Possibly his last match for New Zealand tonight. Held by both Badiris and Riles. 38 metres out. The kick comes from Webb. It's off his left boot. It's held up in the breeze. It's going to bounce back. No, it bounces nicely for Johns. Like he had it on a string, he just gathered it in. And the Australians have the ball with 60 seconds remaining. Wiki went for the shoulder charge. Up on Matt King. The Australians with the ball. Tate fend away from Wiki. Good run, Brent Tate. 50 seconds remaining. Kangaroos up by 2 and playing for their lives in this Tri-Nation series. Gaznia, O'Donnell, Lockyer with the ball. Lockyer a step. He's got 2 tries tonight and held 40 metres out from the line. This time Gaznia, he's got him turned around. You can smell a try here. O'Donnell away. Fitzgibbon looked to pass. It may have been knocked down by the Kiwis. Last tackle, says referee Ganson. Johns will take it over the sideline. He just drives it into touch. And referee Ganson says out on the full, so now they restart on the changeover. Kiwis in possession. Final 10 seconds. Out to Fadawira. Fadawira with the ball. He's over the 40 and held by Tate. No panic in the Australian defence. Final play of the match. Siren sounds right now. Webb comes to centre field. Knockdown was Kidwell. Jones with the ball, the little kick. The Australians have got the ball. And they've hung on to win a super test match. Wonderful football and a standing ovation from the fans here at Ericsson Stadium. What a game. 28 points to 26. The Kangaroos over the Kiwis. Stay with us after the break. Ken Sutcliffe, Peter Sterling back in the studio. We'll have interviews from the Stars tonight. Repeating Australia defeating New Zealand 28 to 26.
If you really are investigating him for murder, I'm his alibi. Oh no, you're his motive.
The show that broke viewing records across the US, The Closer Sunday.
At Harvey Norman, your bathroom and tile specialist, our showroom boasts the largest range of bathroom fittings on display in Newcastle, plus an exclusive range of Italian wall and floor tiles and more. For great ideas and sensational package deals, go Harvey Norman's Bathroom and Tile Centre, Bennett's Green.
Bushfires are part of Australian life. But what you do, along with your neighbours and your local fire authority, can make a real difference.
The Australian Government is working together with fire authorities to help you be better prepared. Make sure you're ready this bushfire season. Call your local fire authority or fire service.
Be safe. Be prepared this bushfire season.
Call New South Wales RFS now on 1800 NSW RFS. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
With work choices, employees together with employers can agree to change their workplace arrangements or keep their existing arrangements. To find out the facts, call the hotline for the Work Choices booklet.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
It's all cool this weekend at Domain Katara. Hurry in for a home air conditioning expo and season launch. Get great savings, special offers and talk to the air conditioning experts. All the top brands, Panasonic, Mitsubishi, LG, Kelvinator, Samsung and Airwell. Buy on no deposit with no repayments, interest free.
Has anyone seen the rattle gun? The rattle gun!
Race it for bargains like this Kenwood CD MP3 player, just $199 and 250 gram export paint, just $199. Buying a new Toyota? Stop! Buying a used vehicle? Stop! Buying a new Kia or Subaru? Stop!
You'll pay too much unless you come to Newcastle's #1 dealer this weekend.
That's right, get $2,000 cash back on all new Toyotas, great finance options, and $2,005 cash back on over 400 used vehicles.
Don't pay too much. Get in before 5 p.m. on Sunday and save with your #1 dealer, Cardiff Toyota. All right.
Come rain, hail or shine, it's Coast Camping's annual 2-day car park sale with up to 50% off. Summit 7-person tent, half price. Grand Roaster barbecue, save $100. Seville outdoor setting, red hot price. Airlie umbrella, 50% off. Bronte gazebo, save $100. And Capricorn sleeping bag, half price. Sausage sizzle and massive savings on camping gear, barbecues and outdoor furniture. Save up to 50% during Coast Camping's huge annual 2-day car park sale this weekend only.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Harvey Norman's massive desktop computer run out is on now. We're overstocked and we've got to clear the lot. Big brands are running out at unbelievable prices. We've got the largest range and the hottest deals in town with prices as little as $648. Harvey Norman's got the deal for you. Harvey Norman's massive desktop computer run out is on now. Hurry, hurry, hurry to catch a hot deal before they run out. And remember, Harvey Norman won't be beaten on price.
Ever wondered what lies on the other side? Steven Seagal, Ja Rule, Dead next on NBN.
New Zealand another attacking opportunity.
Through the half remaining, David Fanumo has taken the tap. But has scored, he's embarrassed the defence. He scores the try, he sprints back to halfway. He says, how do you like them apples?
Well, that is one of the cheekiest moments I've ever seen in rugby league. Peter Sterling, that was something a halfback would do.
It was a great try and a wonderful finish for David Fanumo, scoring his first try in Test football, but more of that, please.
Yeah.
Tonight, for the second week in a row, the Australians have scored 28 points. It was enough this evening. But while they're getting their bruises tended and spending plenty of time in ice baths, I'd imagine they can be well satisfied with this 28-26 result. Plenty of tries scored for the winners. Matt Cooper and Darren Lockyer got doubles. Minicello and Gasnier also crossed. Craig Fitzgibbon, very difficult conditions to kick in. Kicked 2 from 5 while Andrew Johns missed his only attempt. Whilst for New Zealand, only 1 try less, and they were great opposition all the way through.
It was a terrific game of rugby league, and Australia avoided that horrible stat of being defeated on successive tri-nations, which would have been something that hasn't been done since 1978. Down in the dressing rooms, here's Andrew Voss.
Thanks, Ken. And in the Australian dressing room right now with the St George Illawarra Australian centre, Mark Gasnier, a try scorer tonight, and a real tough test.
Yeah, very Vossy. We sort of dug in deep there in the end. We struggled a little bit in patches, and the referee's decisions probably didn't go our way. And to our credit, we stuck to it, and I think it really helped us as a team.
We wouldn't think that you'd be nervous at half-time, even though it was 16 points to 8 and the Kiwis scored the last try going into half-time. But you had that huge bruise at your back. Was it fairly calm in the rooms at half-time?
Yeah, it was, only because Wayne and Darren both emphasised the importance of not to remember the scoreline. We were confident that if we played the way we wanted to play, we could put some points on them and defend the way we wanted to defend. We were confident we could hold them out. So in the end, it turned out that way.
All right, let's talk about your try tonight. Now, Gus says in commentary, it's the shimmy, shimmy, whoosh. Put on a nice move on Shontaine Harpy.
Yeah, it's always nice to score tries, at club level, let alone test level, so I'll take it.
Yeah, that's one for the highlight reel, and 2 tries to your St George Illawarra teammate too. Matt Cooper on debut was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought he played great. I thought he was always going to, Matt. He's a great player, so to his credit.
All right, well, you got a try. So did this man, Anthony Minicello, tonight, but he was denied a second. And we said in the commentary box, dudded in the second half. You call us through. You thought you planted the ball down once or twice, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought I got down on impact and then rolled over the hand, but obviously you didn't think so, and the video ref didn't either, so there was no try.
Now, you played plenty of test football now in your career, Anthony. How do you rate tonight's test match for toughness, for the competitive spirit of your opposition?
Yeah, mate, it was right up there. It was really tough out there tonight. The rain, the wind. We come in at half time and we knew that if we stick to our game plan and complete our sets, that we can score a few tries on the back of that wind.
All right, well done tonight, Anthony. Good luck for the rest of the Tri-Nations.
Thanks, Fuzzy. Thanks, mate.
Yes, Anthony Minicello, who really played beautifully tonight. Also in the dressing rooms with the coach. Not joyous, but almost happy, Wayne Bennett with Ben Aitken.
Outstanding game tonight, mate. What was your thoughts on the test match?
Yeah, well, same as yours, Ben. I just couldn't believe the quality of it, the intensity it was played at, the skill level, the discipline was showed by both teams. It was a great test match. I've coached, 10 or more now. Certainly the best one I've been involved with.
And the Kiwis playing great football at the moment.
Yeah, they are. I thought they carried on where they left off in Sydney. They came out. Look, that first half, we never dropped a ball. I mean, we made a mistake on the in goal there and got a couple of guys pushed back in on the kick-off, but our completions were 100% outside of that, and we couldn't get out of our half. They just kept the pressure on it, just kept pouring numbers at us, and we played off our try line the whole first half. And that's just pressure, and they just kept building on us. So I didn't expect what happened in the second half. I didn't expect it to go that easy for us. I mean, we weren't lacking confidence at half-time because we had the pretty strong breeze in our face, and we thought, well, we could do what they did to us.
It was a great team effort tonight, but I thought the skipper, he had a great captain's knock.
Yeah, with you, I think it's the best game he's played before Origin. I just had a press conference. The pass he threw to Mark Gasnier was just an absolute gem. It was about a footballer knowing the right time to give another player the ball, a guy with great footwork like Gasnier has, and a tremendous player himself. He gave it just at the absolute right moment, give him a one-on-one chance with the Kiwi centre, and it was all over. And that's just what Lockie can do.
Is this as good as you've seen international football for quite some time?
Well, it was great last year in England in the Tri-Nations, and I know how tough that was. But these two games, they've stood up to anything. I mean, we weren't quite up to the mark last week, but the Kiwis have been up to the mark 2 weeks in a row. We came up to the mark tonight, and it won't get much better than we've seen tonight and we saw last week. Some of these guys that keep knocking it must be living under mushrooms or something. I just can't believe some of the critics that can find fault with it. The standard of football here tonight, the intensity, the effort, the passion by both sides was real test match stuff. And
you're off to the UK through the middle of this week. What's your thoughts thus far? The Poms obviously coming off a great domestic season. How do you think they're going to shape up for the Tri-Nations?
Well, my thoughts are you're going to have to look after the grandkids a bit longer because I'm not going to be able to look after them for you, so that's a plus. They were good last year, England. And you're right, they've come off a really strong domestic season. They play New Zealand next Saturday. We're expecting a pretty tough time over there, but it would have been a lot tougher if we hadn't won here tonight. I mean, to go over there and with no points on the board, it would have made it a difficult tour for us. But we got a couple here tonight, got some confidence, and the second half, I'm not sure where the confidence came from, but it came, and all of a sudden the machine started to click and roll.
Thanks, Wayne, and good luck for the rest of the competition.
Thanks, Ben.
Ben Ikin there with the coach, and rather animated, and he really did enjoy that. And it was a terrific game of rugby league. There's no doubt about it. One of the best tests I've seen for a long, long time.
Especially in the physical sense, Ken. It was as physically confronting as I've seen a test match for many, many years. And that's the way it should be. When you're representing your country and everything's on the line, you've got to put your body on the line, and I thought 34 players from two nations did so tonight.
Well, Pete, in that second half, Australia scored 3 tries in 8.5 minutes. Do they get any better than Gaznia's?
Well, it was the most telling period of the game, obviously. 3 tries was very reminiscent of the 10 minutes leading into half-time last week. And it was just some great work from Mark Gaznia to stand up Shontaine Harpy. Shontaine plays for Bradford in the Super League. Hasn't seen a lot of video, I would imagine, of Mark Gaznia. He'll be better prepared next time, but Mark Gaznia has done that to many defenders one-on-one, and he just showed his skill again tonight. Lord Trent Barrett was very good. Came on, played mostly out of dummy half. A little bit of an overread there from Tony Pulatur, and Wayne Bennett pointed out that's the best game we've seen from Darren Lockyer since before the Origin series, and I would have to agree.
Amelia and Riles are also very good. They made a big difference early in that second half.
Yeah, the bench was great for them. They all made major contributions. And Matt Cooper, I love him as a centre. I think he's close to the number 1 centre in the game. And what a wonderful debut in the green and gold jersey for Matt, both defensively and with the football in hand. Important for New Zealand to hit back. The guy said there was some controversy about this try. Again, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The bat on there from Paul Fatawira to Jake Webster. It got the Kiwis back in the game.
Actually, some of the controversial decisions really added to the theatre that we had here tonight.
Here's another one. Is that forward from Ben Kennedy? Again, I'm happy to go with the way that it was adjudicated. Anthony Murcello hasn't played a bad football game in 3 years, and continue that on again tonight. But, you know, refereeing decisions and video referee decisions are what we've got.
Come on, Yan. You gotta let her go. Yan. Yan. Hey. Come on. I'm gonna show you something. You're not gonna believe it.